All right, we are here.
We're live?
We are alive.
Yes, sure. Welcome back to another episode of CeleTake Podcast, your favorite podcast on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
Woo! Cheers, cheers, cheers.
Cheers.
Yes.
Double cheers. Double cheers. Oh, double cheers.
What a way to start the podcast.
I know Jeff's going to be the first one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ash is going to be very upset with me.
Timing.
When I said 2 drinks only, I didn't mean at the same time.
Dean's got 2 bottles. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah, finishing them tonight.
Well, welcome back to another episode of CeleTake. If this is your first time watching, this is a podcast where we talk anything and everything Cele Nation. I'm your host, E. Next to me is the league owner and co-host, Mike Scalco.
Yes, sir.
On the right, you know him, very familiar with him, the captain of your Green Goblins.
Yep.
The Cheddar himself,
The Cheddar.
Mr. Dean.
Chad, I think I'm changing that jersey after last week's performance. but-
Pretty bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Pretty bad. What?
Pretty
0 for
bad.
6? 0 for 4 from the 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't say much more. I shot 15
Thanks for
times.
breaking it down for us, Mike. Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
I did the stats earlier today, so
We're not even on
15
game
shots.
recap
I
yet.
know I was chucking
Yeah.
and missing.
It's all right.
Oh, it's
Both
all right.
captains.
And on the left, you know him very well. You're reigning MVP from last season and champion.
And champ.
Back on the podcast. What, second time? Third time?
Third time.
Third time.
Third
yeah,
time,
Third
yeah.
time.
First time was with
Our
Triolo.
man, yes.
Yeah.
Second time was with the Mambas.
We got our man Alex back on the pod. Yes, sir.
Yo.
All right. Now, we're going to talk about week 1. The third most popular day here in Cele Nation.
Oh, my gosh.
Let's talk about it. First game we have. Dun, 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 dun. If it can load.
The Battle of the New Captains.
Battle of the New Captains. We got the Martians taking on.
The Coyotes. Hell of a game.
That was a
Back
good
and
game.
forth affair. Coyotes had the lead early. Martians took the lead in the second half. That was a great game.
It
It
was.
was a great game.
Definitely was.
I feel, in my opinion, like the Martians really. I wouldn't say the Martians. I would say Braylon. He took too long to kind of get going, and that's what kind of cost him. Because like when he did kind of get going, that's when they took that like 5-point lead, and
Yeah, I
then
think
the
they
other
went up,
mistake was Ziggy subbing him out after that timeout, and then they took the lead again.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's also, you got to take into effect the fact that we're playing that first game earlier than ever. So, like that 9:15 game,
Yeah,
that's
I was there
an
a little
early
bit.
game.
When did we
Yeah.
usually start the first game?
10:15.
Yeah,
Wow.
10.
Hour
Oh, an hour.
earlier.
Yeah, that's
It's a
It's 9
different
in the
time.
morning.
100%. It's very early.
Different.
It's
Yeah.
very early. So, like,
I took my warm-up serious. I went,
Yeah, you
had
gotta-
to.
you have
yeah.
to. You
Had
have
to.
to.
yeah, you got to get your body up. Go to sleep early. I mean, that's the issue with a lot of guys. They're not going to go to sleep early, but you got to go to sleep
Especially
early.
on a Saturday.
Jess can confirm I went to sleep early.
There you go. He
See?
wants another championship.
How bad do you want
How
it?
bad do you
How
want
bad
it?
do you
Can I
want
can
it?
I ask you about the Instagram post today? Who the hell are you getting revenge on? Dallas is the only person that I can think of for elbowing you in the forehead. But
It's a
like,
revenge tour for me. It's a revenge tour. Man.
put it
But
up to your mouth. a
You
little bit.
you guys didn't say in the beginning of the season that the team I was on was going to win the championship. I got I feel like
In
I
all
got
fairness,
something.
nobody said that any team was really going to win the championship. We were
Yeah.
all pretty scared to make predictions.
for the Mamba,
I guess
With a
yeah.
10%
No, we're
chance.
talking about this year. Like
this season.
going to a new team, new captain, people doubting Pat already Klein. Like I feel like
Well, he hasn't shown up.
Yeah. As
Oh,
far as
literally.
like captain duties, he's
Yeah.
not doing the best.
Oh, no.
But besides that, I think you guys have a good roster.
Yeah, no, Pat's he's been active in our group chat.
Well, that's good. He's not been the most active in ours, so that's
long as
positive.
he's
Shout out to
talking.
Yeah,
Pat.
listen, your experience is more important than him being a good captain for us.
Yeah,
But we would prefer both.
yeah,
But I hope you guys are having fun.
yeah.
And you're winning, which makes it easier.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
I didn't read the stats, did I?
No,
No.
we can go back to
No.
that. Sorry, I cut you off. I got excited about the revenge tour.
You know what's funny?
That had to be said.
I was in my mind driving here. I'm like, he's definitely asked me about that.
Oh, for sure. We're going to make T-shirts, the revenge tour.
In
Revenge
my
tour.
mind, I had a
Face
whole like detail of what I was gonna say, but nah, I'm just it's a revenge tour. We coming to win it all, man. Shout out
for
to the
next.
Coyotes.
But game 1, the Martians and the Coyotes, 75-68. Coyotes on top. You got Alex, 26 and 14 rebounds. Dallas, 12 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. Gene played really well, 12 points, 7 assists. That's what really stood out.
Yeah,
Ty.
Gene Hoop.
MIP.
Yeah.
MIP.
Who?
I'm seeing Gene MIP.
Yeah.
Gene MIP.
So far, after
Tyreek
this
playing
first
good
game-
too, but
Tyreek,
Tyreek
yeah.
played.
But
He got his minutes before.
He
Gene
always
is not.
Plays, he
Yeah.
always plays at that, or he played at a similar level to end the season with the.
Yeah, the
Gorillas.
last
So
3-4
yeah,
weeks
yeah.
of last season, he was
And the
playing really
Goblins,
well.
He played good for me too, so I mean,
Yeah.
it's never.
It's gonna be
It's
very
not.
hard.
It's not
for,
as big as a surprise as Gene right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Gene's just always been doing this. I just
Yeah,
think he
he
never
has.
got the chance
This is
to really show what he
Mhm.
how
Yeah.
he can really
100%.
play.
Yeah.
Because I think I was talking to Dallas and he was like, in the tryouts, he was with Gene and
Yeah.
Gene hit like 5 threes in a row.
Yeah.
We knew Gene was going to be a shooter. It's just he never really got the chance on other teams to show what he can really do. And I think now he's getting that. Like,
Mhm.
and
I can handle the rock.
with you
know.
guys, is he like known as your shooter on the team? Like you guys give him that green light, like, hey,
He got the green light.
Yeah.
I feel like him, Klein, Dallas, like all these are our shooters. You know,
Yeah.
we all can really shoot, but these are like when they get it, you're open. Don't pass it. Shoot the ball. Like we
Yeah.
expect you to shoot. So, these guys
Yeah.
can shoot.
Yeah, Gene. When I went to high school with him, he was the starting point guard for the varsity team. He was fucking killing everybody.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he's
I
good.
knew it was gonna
He's-
come out sooner
he's
or later.
quick.
He just had to have the right opportunity to show
I'm
that.
also probably very certain that he looked completely different in high school as far
for
as
sure.
build.
But you
Because the
always
dude's buff, man. It's like
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah.
It's like
I
Ish's
mean,
transformation. I'm
muscle
assuming.
memory. You don't really lose that skill like that. You know, like he still has it in him. So.
But
just-
you lose the touch when you gain that much muscle. I don't know what he looked like in high school. I didn't go to high school with him.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming he was significantly smaller. Was it like a Ish transformation or was it less drastic? You would know. I wouldn't.
Nah, he was always a little stocky.
Okay.
So,
So it
it's
wasn't
not like,
as drastic.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I'm saying. He
Yeah.
I mean, he's for sure in better shape now, but he's always been like similar size. So it's
Yeah.
not like he doesn't. He looks the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like him and Nick are really getting to really show what they can. Because even Nick hit some
Yeah.
big buckets. Hit a 3 at the late. Hit a left hand. Like you guys, everybody calls him brick or something. I think he's really showing people like, nah,
it's Nick.
Yeah.
y'all better take me serious.
My name's
It
not
is
Brick.
Nick.
Yeah. Even defensively, he had the 2 blocks on Dante.
Yeah.
He had the steal on Braylon when they were like going on a run and got like a little
The
steal.
defense
ball
always
went
been
out.
there with Nick though. It's always
It's just a
been there with-
confidence
yeah.
thing. I think he's real confident.
I mean, he was season
Everybody's
4
confident this
season 4 DPOY.
year.
He was a threat on offense until he got too big of a role.
Yeah.
And now that he's in this role, I feel like this is a suitable role for
I
him.
think Gene is helping him
Yeah.
because Gene is taking that decision making.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So now he's like, all right,
It's a lot
I can
easier
try to
on
score.
Nick. He's not gonna have. He's not the main facilitator
Exactly.
anymore.
Yeah.
So.
You guys have good ball movement. You guys are
Yeah.
getting good looks for
Yeah.
every single
Very
person, and
cohesive
that's
team
what
for
that's what
sure.
helps.
Yeah.
We talk a lot though. We played a lot too, like on the off season, like meeting up at Winter Park. Even if it wasn't all of us,
Yeah.
4 people show up. That's
Yeah.
still half the team. So
Mhm.
it's
Right.
like we're still. Maybe the next 4 will show another day. Like it's just always constant. But
Yeah, as far as the talking goes, I was on the bench with TP while he was sitting down.
yeah,
And
we all locked in.
yeah, I heard the huddle.
Yeah.
You guys were like, "Hey, we're not talking right now. Like, let's bring the
Yeah.
communication back to where we started." And you guys are just able to like come together and fix any
Especially when y'all-
problem that's
when y'all
happening
blew
out
the
there
lead.
pretty quick, which
Yeah.
is good.
When y'all
Yeah.
blew the lead and y'all call that timeout,
Yeah,
it was like no like freaking out. It was just like,
No,
let's
That's
regroup.
so
Let's regroup.
important,
It is.
man.
It
It's
is
so
super
important.
the
Yeah.
game could have went any way after that.
Exactly.
Could have been
Yeah,
a blowout by them. They could have just kept scoring, or it could have
Mhm.
been less.
Yep.
You know, I think
Yeah.
it's just a game of
you
runs.
just can't
at
lose your
times.
composure in these situations where you're not in rhythm. You just got to get back to it and
Yeah.
keep fighting.
Yeah, that was a good game though. That was fun.
And for the Martians, Dante starting his debut in Celly with 21 points, 7 assists, 7 rebounds. Braylon right behind him with 21 points. We shot 1 for 9 from the 3-point line. Vaughn, 10 points. And then Zay, okay, captain debut, 7 points, 3 rebounds, and a block. And then Marcos with 4 points. So from the Martians, I already said what I assumed, what from my point of view, what I felt went wrong that caused him to lose was the Braylon not attacking early enough, and then that substitution late where they took him out and they kind of blew that lead. What did you guys see from the Martians from that game?
Who you asking?
Any of you guys?
Anybody?
I mean, you played them. so
Yeah, I mean,
you got front court view.
I think just looking back at the game, I think we got a steal right off the timeout,
Yeah.
layup. I think we got a
No,
rebound.
2 steals back to back.
Yeah,
Off that
2
timeout,
steals back to
'cause
back.
Dallas got
And we
the
got a
other one.
layup. Gene drove, I cut, and then I think we went on a 16-0 run. right? I could be wrong.
I don't remember.
I think it was like the score was 54-59, and then we went on a 14-0 run. Then it was 68-59 at that time. We just kept like going. I think Nick hit a 3, Dallas hit a 3. So we just we didn't stop playing how we were. We were consistently playing the whole game. We just stepped it up a little bit defensively, like really locked in, and they Dante and when you're playing like talent like that, Dante and Braylon, like, you just got to live with what they're going to, like, you just got to hope the role players don't hit too. Like, it's just, you can only hope to contain those type of players. And defensively, Nick knew he wasn't going to be able to, like, shut Dante down, but he got some big stops on him. Like,
he played well
during the game. He played him well. Like, and then Gene was like, I'll guard him when Nick's on the bench. Like, people wanting to play that defensive role. Like, it's not all
the next
about
man
offense.
up mentality.
Yeah, like, you got to really lock in defensively. That's our goal. Is like, all right, we're going to really lock in defensively. So I think it was good.
Yeah, I think for the Martians, your take is correct. I would have liked to see Braylon give that effort early and often. You see the 1 for 9 from 3. I think that epitomizes his game. There was times where he had Gene Lopez, or he had a mismatch where I would have liked to see him just go downhill, because I don't think there's anybody in the league that could really stop Braylon when he goes downhill. And if he had 21 points and 18 of those were from driving the lane or fast breaks, I mean, he could have had an easy 30 and make that a game. Yeah. So, to me, I agree with you. I think that this one, Braylon's got to attack the hole. You also need more out of Cass.
Yeah.
That's your third-round guy.
Yeah.
That's a guy that they're relying on to make stops in the paint, to be a presence. I mean, in your highlight clip, you had how many easy just layups right onto the hoop. I understand he wants to be a wing or whatever, but he still has to be a rim protector on defense.
Yeah.
On offense, sure, you don't want the ball on the block and be a traditional big, but on defense, you got to protect the hole, because you guys attack the hole a lot.
Yeah.
And yes, Tyreek settled for a couple mid-ranges, and he hit those, and it's like, pick your poison. Do I want you cutting, or do I want Tyreek taking a mid-range?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you'll live with Ty's mid-range, but he's hitting it. But Cass has to protect that paint.
Yeah.
Bandit Vaughn, I forget what his new name is, but Vaughn, he played really well. He played good minutes.
Hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It surprised me.
Yeah.
It was like a couple where I'm like, all right, rebound.
He's gotten better shape from what I've seen.
Oh, yeah, he looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
Looks phenomenal. Lost a lot of weight. Played good defense.
Yeah.
For the most part, shot good shots. A couple of them were ill-advised, but I feel like towards the end of the game there, in that final 2 minutes, Martians kind of got scared. And instead of let's take it one shot at a time, they're like, let's chuck up a 4. Let's chuck up a 3.
Yeah.
Let's try to get this lead right now, instead of, all right, they know we're shooting. Let's fake them out. Let's take the layup. Let's play defense, get the ball back, or foul, get the ball back. Use the celeb shot. Do something to change the pace of that.
Yeah.
That was the biggest thing for Ziggy that I think the Martians need to improve on, is that end of game, finishing out a game. You guys did a phenomenal job at that. They kind of lacked that last end of, and same with us, the end of game, closing out the game.
All right. I guess we'll move on to game 2. Game 2, we got the Mambas.
I love the Shiesty logo. How ridiculous.
We got the Mambas.
Tommy, take a damn media day picture. It's too late now. God damn it, Tommy.
We got the Mambas beating the La Familia with 69-62. Tommy putting up MVP numbers. 37 points, 4 for 9 from 3. Shane, 14 points, 6 assists. Christian Cruz, 7 points. Sean, 20 rebounds and 5 blocks with 6 points.
20 rebounds, wow.
He's going to get that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah,
he's their main rebounder. Yeah.
He's their only, he's their
Yeah.
main guy that's going to be down. They don't even, no one else goes for it.
Yeah.
Everybody just runs.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, Sean's going to get it. Let's just all
He's got a whole
run.
bunch of dudes that's going to run so he can just outlet pass. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How many
he's
times
got
he hit
that
Tommy?
length, too, to just
Grab it and
the
chuck
board.
it.
Yep.
But La Familia, we saw a good showing from Sterling. 18
Started
points.
off hot.
Yeah.
Started off
7
hot.
for 12.
Good.
Phil came in a little late, but still got his buckets. 16 points, 5 for 11. Chief, 10 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds. Filling up the stat sheet.
Yeah, Chief played pretty well,
We got
too.
shot
Shout out
dot.
Tone. 7 rebounds. too.
7 rebounds,
Tone,
yep.
man.
Shot
Tone
dot
hit that.
100% from
Tone
the
hit a
field.
couple,
9 points.
couple threes,
Nice.
couple layups.
How many points did he have?
Ooh, Tone?
Tone, yeah.
5. 5 points, 7
Okay,
rebounds.
so he had a 3
And a
And a
layup.
layup.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, he had the left hand.
They
and
split
corner
the
three.
yeah, they split the C
seam and
for
he
him.
fucking just drove it.
It was phenomenal.
But
Oh, my God.
now this game was a very, very close game. Very, very close game until like towards the end. Now, we did know that they were missing Phil and Fonzo in the beginning for like the first 10 minutes.
And they didn't have Day-Day the whole time.
And they didn't have Day-Day the
Yeah,
whole
didn't
time.
have-
not
that's a
having
huge
Day
player,
Day
yeah,
is
that's
huge for
huge.
them.
So
So I kept
how-
saying it. I was like, oh, Day Day, I thought Day Day here, it'll make a big difference in this game.
It adds to
because-
their defense first
Energizer,
mentality. Yeah, he's he reminds me of Chief like
Yeah.
a lot.
And imagine both
Yeah.
of them together.
Mhm,
It's,
that's
you know,
exactly
pause,
yeah.
but-
Yeah, no, I get it.
But-
And I think that's why Chief is like excelling like offensively wise, like outside of the passing. He's actually trying to look to score because he has Day-Day also.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, he wasn't there last game.
Yeah.
He still had a good offensive game. I mean,
Facts.
he had 10 points, so
yeah.
good for Chief.
But with all that, like knowing that Phil came in late, they didn't have Day-Day, they didn't have Fonza for a bit, but the Mambas still won. How like worried should you kind of like be? Because they had their full squad except Chris Toro. Like how would you?
That makes a difference.
big
That makes a
difference?
huge difference.
Yeah, Chris is good too.
Chris is
yeah.
fast. He is a Tommy that's going to play defense and not
Yeah.
just leak out. But he's
Yeah.
fast. He can shoot. He can hit layups. And he'll play more disciplined defense. But Chris is going to be a real big asset for that team. If you have Chris and Tommy in the front court, that's the fastest front court in the league.
He's got
Yeah.
an injury right now, right?
Yeah.
Some
On the elbow,
arm-
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not having. It's really hard to say because they didn't have him
Day-Day.
and Day-Day.
Yeah.
So it's like
Mhm.
they're not the same player, but they energy wise, they that's a big missing piece to them. Like especially just Day-Day's smart too. So
Yep.
he's an older player, so he knows the game. I feel like La Familia got a couple. The one young guard, Tremaine's young, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's
Like-
the youngest guy that ever played in the league. Just
Yeah.
turned 18.
Yeah,
He just
okay.
turned. Oh wow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
crazy.
saying? Like
Yeah.
I
that.
thought
in
Dame,
December.
Dame was 18.
19
Too.
when he
He was
joined.
19.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mike Parker as well was 19.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But it goes to show you.
The young guy.
I think that out of the two, Day-Day missing was more impactful for Familia because Mambas have so many other guards as options. Familia is very limited with their scoring potential. I think Day-Day plays a more pivotal role on there, especially because Maine was struggling. Without Maine offensively, they're going to struggle because that's their second pick.
Mhm.
So Day-Day's got to be that number 2, number 3 option. Obviously, Sterling stepped up in that place, but Phil coming late, Fonzo coming late, immediately came in and made an impact.
Yeah.
It's a completely different game if they're there the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell, but to me, Day-Day not being there instead of Toro not playing makes a huge difference. I think it's a way bigger deficit for Familia compared to the Mambas.
And do you think the same situation for Sterling with Gene Lopez for MIP, or do you think it was just because Day-Day was missing that he kind of?
I think that if Gene puts up these numbers, there's no contest. Sterling played well 2 seasons ago when he played. He was able to hit shots, especially when he was on the Magicians at the end of the season.
Yeah, he's shown.
Yes,
that he could,
he's
like,
shown
Gene
that.
hasn't had the same
Opportunity at
yet.
all.
Yeah,
It's
Sterling definitely has.
yeah.
So
But I mean, last season we talked about Gene Ballister right off rip, and then he fizzled out, and
Yeah.
then it became Dallas ended up winning it. Like you never
It's a
know
long
by
season.
one game. Yeah,
it's a long season.
he's got to reproduce this over and over again.
Yeah.
Which, because his main asset is assisting, I feel like he'll be able to.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think Gene is gonna show a lot of people like y'all slept on me.
I believe in
yeah.
Gene, man.
Yeah.
He crossed me up. He's
Yeah,
got.
yeah, that one. That one.
I
I
gotta give him
believe
my
that Gene will
respects.
win.
He deserves it now. So.
He tried to show us last season on D.
Shout out Gene.
Shout out Gene, man.
All right, game 3. Game 3, we had the Panthers defeating the Dragons 89-68.
The game got better towards the end, but in the
Towards
We did.
the
We
end,
got
for
tired.
sure.
Yeah, we got
you
tired.
were-
We
you
got
were-
tired.
I mean, they didn't score a bucket until you scored 14 or something
think it
like
was
that.
16 to
16
0.
maybe.
16,
Yeah.
18, yeah.
Oof. Look, it's. I feel bad for Ghost, man. Like this is just, it's like not a good start,
Yeah.
especially because of the last 2 seasons. He didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, but you
You
look at last season for us, just to put it in perspective. Last season we started the season against the Makos losing in a blowout game by 20. It means nothing.
It doesn't.
That
Yeah.
first
Yeah.
game is such
Yeah.
chemistry building and like trying to understand each other. Obviously we had the scrimmages, so they did have that advantage, but Axel comes in. Axel played great.
Yeah,
I think
played
that-
Yeah,
really
he
yeah.
was hustling, man.
Played
He was
well.
diving on the floor.
I
He
don't-
was-
I don't
Yeah.
think Josiah is
11
going to miss
rebounds,
all those
No,
layups
I
every
don't-
game. I don't think Gene's going to shoot
I
this
agree.
poorly every game. I
I
think that
agree.
they're going to be a hot and cold team, and they were just really cold to start that game.
Yeah, because Josiah is good. When I was watching it, a couple of layups that he missed, I'm like, oh, he might just be nerd. First game,
I was
it's all
watching
it
it, I'm
is,
like,
man.
oh,
a lot of
It's all
people.
it is.
Yeah. There was a lot of people in the
Yeah,
stands
no,
too.
we had packed.
I heard it. Yeah,
Bro, I couldn't even sit in the stands
Yeah.
because there were so many people there.
so I get it.
Shout
so you're
out
not
you
gonna
guys,
get that.
man.
all
Shout
the
out you
time.
guys.
Shout out the fans.
Yeah. No, but the Dragons, I think they could come together and figure it out. They got
Yeah.
good players, Gene.
They need to figure out who's the point guard.
What's his?
I feel like
They have so many point guards.
Nixon, Mike
yeah,
Parker,
that's what I
Mike
was thinking of.
Parker.
Ghost brings it down sometimes. Prince was bringing it down
Yeah,
sometimes.
you gotta
Every
figure
single
out
person.
One person is the point guard. I'm gonna bring the ball up. Maybe even have two. Maybe But I seen like 4 different people bring the ball up. So I'm like, okay, you got enough point guards to have a point guard in at all times. Like Mike can. Nixon, if you want him to be your point guard, let him control the offense, let him, facilitate.
But he has to facilitate.
He has to
That's-
facilitate.
And that's the big
thing,
question
yeah.
mark
That's
is-
the big thing with the Ghosts.
And
I mean,
they
the
are in that
Dragons.
slippery slope where when one guy starts shooting bad shots, they all start putting up bad shots.
Because they never know
And
they're
then-
going to get the ball.
100%, which
Yep.
I get.
Yep.
And it's
Yeah.
happened to many teams.
Mhm.
And that's what we saw a lot of, especially earlier in that game. We saw you took a bad shot. All right, I'm going to take a shot now. And then, I touched the ball. I got to go. And Ghost was screaming on the sideline, 3 passes. And they just weren't doing it.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's a hard spot to be in. Yeah, I agree with you. Pick your point guard.
Yeah.
Let the offense run through one guy. If it's me, it's Gene Ballister
yeah,
because he's a willing passer.
I agree.
Yeah. You need someone that's gonna pass the ball.
100%.
Nixon's
That
a
may get a
scorer.
layup,
He's a
that may get an
scorer.
open 3,
Yeah.
but willing to, I'm gonna give it to the open person. Like
Yeah.
he's right there. Like I don't care about scoring that much. Like I'll get 8 assists this game. Like you need that type of player.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Parker, really explosive. Really, he wants to score though.
Yep.
Gene could be
And
that
so does
player.
Nixon.
Yeah.
And that's good. You need those players on your team. But you got to figure out who's going to bring the ball down consistently so that your guys aren't checking out and your guys aren't sitting there like,
If you're
I touched the ball, I got to shoot.
If you're the captain of that team right now, who are you deciding to bring the ball down?
Gene.
Yeah.
And I'm having
It
Mike
has
Parker
to-
come
it
off the
has to-
bench.
It has to be Gene.
Same thing
It
I
has
did,
to
said
be.
with you last season. Mike Parker's got to come off the bench. He's such a great energy.
Yeah.
You already have Nixon in the offensive lineup. He's going to provide you the shooting that
It's
you
not
need.
going to take away from his
Yeah.
game at all.
No, it's gonna
not.
help
It's
his
gonna help
game.
him,
Once he
yeah.
hits the court, he's go mode.
100%.
Go, go,
Go.
And he's going
Literally.
against guys that have not fresh legs.
Yeah.
It's a huge advantage for Mike.
Yeah.
Mike could easily put up 15 points a game this season
Yeah,
and be in
yeah,
that
last
MIP conversation.
I actually noticed him and Nacho were going because I ref that.
Yeah.
game.
Yes.
Him and Nacho were going
I
at
like
it.
that.
But, but what I
love
noticed is that Mike actually used that as like a positive thing. You know, like
Yeah.
he started hitting his shots more, especially when they started getting that. So I agree. That energy thing is going to be huge for him if
Mike's
he just
an
plays.
energy player.
Yeah, 100%. That's
He-
what
he
he's got to.
bringing it.
He's got to thrive in that role for sure.
Let's talk about how good the Panthers look.
Oh yeah, the Panthers. yeah. We've talked
Let's
about the
talk
Panthers.
about
Let's talk about the
me.
Panthers. All right.
From you guys' perspective, like, what did you see? Like, we went from a little questionable, like, not knowing what's going to come, and then finally game 1 comes, and well, I don't want to say it, but I have to say it. We devoured. We conquered.
All right.
Well, okay, you're playing against one team. You had the perfect setup. You slayed the Dragons.
You slayed
Yeah.
the Dragons.
Come on, you had one job here.
You slayed the
I was
Dragons.
thinking about it. I couldn't
Come
call it.
on, man.
That was the best I had. But
You tried.
from most people would say we probably had the advantage because we had Marcus coming in. We had the tallest dude, biggest dudes on the court at all times. Would you say this was a game that, even though no one really knows what's coming for the Panthers, they expected us to win just because of the matchup? Would you say that, or was this kind
Yes.
of like a big surprise?
No, not at all. I'm sorry. I'm the only one I'm speaking over everybody, but no, not at all.
Yeah, you have more talented
okay.
players
Yeah.
than the Dragons do.
Yeah, I would
Across the
say
board.
you guys have a talented team.
Yeah, you
you got
definitely
you got Steve that is got a lot better than last season. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that much. Even playing with him in like Winter
He
Park,
gets better every season.
it's
he
the
puts
really
the work
does.
in
He
though.
does.
It's the
He
You
does.
watch him
facilitating part.
shoot.
Yeah.
It's like the same shot, same form every
Yeah, every
single
time. Every time.
And
It
in
looks
order
the
to
same,
do
for
that,
sure.
you have
You
to
gotta
put a lot of
practice.
shots
You
up.
gotta
Yeah.
practice.
Like a lot of shots. So I think you got a lot of people slept on Bounty Bro.
Man, he's explosive.
You know,
He can
I've already
jump.
known that. I've won
Yeah.
other championships with him in other leagues. I already knew what he was going to bring.
Yeah.
You know, I'm happy that that you listened to Tommy and you picked him up.
Shout out
'cause that-
Tommy.
He's going to thrive.
Yeah,
in
shout
your
out Tommy.
offense. Yeah.
He set up your team just to leave it.
Yeah, but he set it up better with the trade. You got
Appreciate that.
Alex and Brandon
Yeah, Alex
Steve.
and Brandon.
Like that's
yeah,
a
those are two-
steal. That's
Yeah.
you have a loaded team with no last round pick. Like
Yeah,
that's a
really
win.
do.
You got players that the 3 coming off the bench are still gonna give you something. Like it's not like, oh, he's coming off. Like, no, you got 3 players that are trying to kill
Yeah.
too.
You're arguably your worst player, and you're good. You know, like
That's the goal.
you've had 20 points multiple times in Selling Nation games. Not a lot of people have.
That's my goal when I draft. Like to be able to be like tell myself I'm the worst player on the team, and I can bench myself because I love the captain coaching part of it. You know, just like picking out your players,
I agree.
making a game plan, and like kind of watching it happen. But
Chris Toro, when are you coming back? I see you're in the chat here.
yeah, give us a ETA.
Dre, we'll talk about Marcus's 10 blocks in a second here. Okay, calm yourself down, Mr.
How many
Finals
blocks he
MVP. 9.
Nine.
The record in league history is
First
15.
season.
For no. That's all time.
All time.
All time is 15.
Yeah, not a
Yeah,
lot of
no.
All
blocks.
time is
But
15. He
he
had
won.
9.
And I think he got the most in one season in one game.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
by
So
far,
Yeah, I know.
of
Yeah,
course,
you're
if
not-
you have 15
Yeah.
across the
The-
entire history of the league,
the
you would
record
have,
the record in a game was 4, and that was myself and Dame.
Yeah.
And then Sean broke it
With 5.
game 2 with 5, and then game 3 Marcus broke it with 9.
it just shows
Damn.
talent level is getting
And the
Yeah.
bigs, we have
finally
bigs.
got bigs.
Yeah.
We finally
true
got
bigs,
bigs.
Yes.
like real true bigs.
Yeah, last season we had none. We
Yeah.
had like no bigs at all.
I think
We had
Marcus
Cass.
blocked a couple shots, not
That
even
was
jumping.
it. Really.
Like just putting his hands up.
Yeah,
Blocking shots,
Yeah.
not jumping. It's crazy.
he's big.
Yeah.
Well,
But
it
he
also
blocked one
played
with his
into his
body.
hand because the Dragons were so small.
That's true.
Very undersized team, probably the smallest team.
Yeah.
Yeah, Josiah's the biggest guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Axel's your other big man, and he's 5'11".
Maybe a little taller. Maybe 6
Maybe
foot.
6 foot.
Someone bring a tape measure next
Might be
game.
5.
I think he's
We're gonna
5'11",
measure
because
Axel.
I'm 5'10" and a half. I round myself up, but
Giving you the half is crazy. 5'10" and a half.
Yeah.
Give me that half.
I need the half, man. I
He's
need
a
the half.
All right, 5'10" and a half.
Thank you.
Panthers look good. Y'all just keep.
Yeah, you got.
Said
Yeah,
Berg
you
better
guys
than
look-
Eric.
Berg better than Eric. All right, fine. I forgot Berger's on the team, but I love Berg.
Hey, Berg had a nice assist.
He did.
He
to
did,
me.
and it's
To me,
gonna
yeah,
be.
to me.
It might be on
Did he?
Instagram
Yeah.
Oh, we
it
made it, Berg.
It was a great
Shout out to
pat.
Berg.
It
because
might be.
we
Berg,
love Andre Berg.
check your notifications. Keep
Where-
refreshing.
That 3, if he had made that corner 3, it would have took the
Ooh.
roof off, dude.
Yeah.
STK, get Berg in the chat. Come on, give him a call.
them. Give him a call. Yeah.
Get him in the chat. Who cares if he's at work?
All right, let's go to game 4. Game 4. We
Berg, y'all
got
not going to the chip. Sorry.
I thought that this graphic when the Makos made it was incorrect. I didn't realize that they won by 12.
They did.
Yeah, I went back and I
Yeah.
saw it, but it seemed like such a close game the whole time. And then just out of
Very,
nowhere
very.
at the end, 3 after 3 after 3.
Yeah.
Anderson Roberts.
Shout out Anderson.
Anderson, man.
But yeah, the Makos win 58-46 against the Ravens. Sway, shout out Sway. I actually got married yesterday.
Congratulations.
Well, congrats.
He's probably on his
Congrats, Sway.
honeymoon
And
right now.
Alyssa.
Congratulations. But it came in 19 points, 4 rebounds. Roberts, 16 points, 50% from the 3-point line, 4 for 8. 1v1. A little quiet game, 7 points, 3
He
assists.
came late, didn't he?
Yeah, he came.
He played
with
only in
his
the second half.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Makes
then
sense.
Luke with 5 points, 2 rebounds, and a steal. And Richard Pena making himself on the board again, 4 points. Now, for the Ravens, we had Dre, 20 points, dangerous Dre. Then we got Fell,
Flu
playing in
game,
a flu
Fell.
game, 7 points, played
Yeah,
with
you guys
Yeah,
haven't
he
seen.
was. Man, I heard him before he even checked in. He was coughing. He was
Yeah.
like, he just
You
did
could,
not.
you could just watch him and see he wasn't.
Yeah.
You
that
guys,
I mean,
y'all
I-
haven't seen Fell yet. He's good.
No,
Yeah,
he
like,
he's
really
good.
good.
I saw him in
Yeah.
the tryout.
Is this
and he's-
accurate? This next stat? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is.
What the
What
fuck?
happened?
Daryl Porter, 7 points.
at least
8
I'm not the
rebounds,
worst.
3 for 18 shooting.
3 for 18.
Yeah, I thought I was tripping too when I looked at it.
Richard said he didn't take a 3.
Yeah, I didn't think he did either. I thought he had 2 layups. Yeah, but that's okay.
That's my bad. It's supposed to be field goal. It's not a 3-point.
2 for 2 from the field.
No,
Shout out
he
Richard.
had a free throw and a field goal.
All right.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Shout out
And
Richard.
then we got Chili, 4.7 rebounds, 2 steals. Now, for the Makos and the Ravens, this game, like you said, Mike, was very close, very almost
Oh my
defensive
What?
defensive game.
I'm not drinking.
2 glasses.
All right, just so you guys know,
"Oh."
every time I get invited to Mike's house, he offers drinks.
Little peer
I tell
pressure.
him prehand, I'm not drinking. I always drink. So I guess cheers to that.
Cheers, man.
17th. But this one is courtesy of Alex, so
Yeah,
shout out
you know
Alex.
Shout out Alex.
Special
17,
occasion.
That's the way you
Alex
be a
brought the
guest.
bottle.
That's the way you be a guest at a
Yep.
person's house. Shout out Alex.
But, yeah, the Makos and the Ravens. Very low-scoring game. I know, Mike, you had high praise for the Makos, saying they're the best team on roster.
Yeah.
You still believe it, probably?
Yeah, I think that they had a bad game.
Just a bad game. Yeah.
I think it's a bad game. You don't have 1v1 for the first half.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still think that they have a really strong roster. I'm going to stand on that. I think you guys have a really strong roster. I think you guys have a really strong roster. I mean, at a certain point, the league's getting to a point where the last round isn't bad anymore.
Yeah.
So,
Gino and Omar went in the last round.
Yeah.
You saw how they played last game.
Yeah,
Yep.
like there's no bad roster.
Yeah.
There's worse rosters than others, but I think Mako's are one of the strongest, if not the strongest roster. And I'll stand on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they look good.
They didn't look good, but on paper they look good.
Well, was that just because they missed out on 1v1 not being there early, or would you say the Ravens' defense? Because, Sauce, that's his
I mean, they
mindset.
started slow. Both teams started slow.
Horrendous.
It was like
Yeah.
first 10 minutes, like 10 points were scored by
I
both
think
teams.
in the second half with 7 minutes left, it was like 33-33 or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't even think it was
I think
in the
first-
30s, was
First
it?
half ended like 20s.
Yeah,
20 or
20.
something, yeah.
It was horrible.
23 or something.
Yeah,
like that,
so I don't even think it was
The highlight
30s
of that
that
game
ended.
was having Big Bird on the sideline commentary.
Yeah.
For
Oh,
sure.
Yeah. You can hear him
I meant to tell you
from a
that
mile away. That kid.
when the cuts from the
Fucking
with
Big
Bert,
Bird.
yo,
That thing was hilarious. We watched the field. Twin, what's going on, Twin?
yeah, I was crying. Oh my
He's just
God.
got to learn to hold the mic a little bit lower because he cuts the audio
Yeah,
off.
literally. He
Yeah, he's
starts, he
screaming,
starts
all you
going
hear is
in on the mic,
muffled.
dude.
Distortion.
But yeah, that was the
genius.
highlight.
Yeah, you got to get him to do that more. That's genius.
Yeah, we'll get him out
Yeah,
there.
Big Bird's a fun.
Parker, they used to be you, man. We need you out there too. Between you two, we would have pure entertainment.
Yeah, just switch games or whatever.
Oh, for sure. We need both of them doing it. I love when Parker used to do it too.
Oh, I know. It's the best.
Him and Sauce, the old interview when Sauce is reffing, it's so fucking
He's
funny.
like, I don't even want to go up to Sauce right now. he's telling his team.
God damn it.
Yeah.
All right.
You just hear Sauce screaming in the background.
But for the on the Ravens side, though, sick game would fell. Dre still balls out. I kind of feel like
What did Dre have?
20.
points.
20 points?
Yeah.
He started off slow, I feel like, because of Darryl was shooting a lot, and he didn't really get as
Yeah.
many touches, but he found it later on.
Yeah.
Darryl, man, we know you're a good shooter, but you were forcing a lot.
You got
for sure.
Dre. You got Dre
Yeah.
on your team.
You're
you got-
forcing.
Yeah.
But we know you can knock down shots, man.
It's got to come in the flow of the offense,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
100%.
Especially when you have Dre and then you're missing Fell, your first round pick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's when Dre got to be like the main focus of I'm not just saying scoring, but the defense has to know that, okay, you guys are trying to get Dre going.
Yeah.
So that way it opens the floor for the other four guys.
Yeah, you'll get better shots if you
Yeah.
get Dre going,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
then the defense is going to have to adjust to that, and you're going to be open more. So.
I say, Daryl, take as many shots as you want next year. You have fun out there. That's what you paid to do. Take those
And
shots.
who do you
Daryl.
play?
You had
Who do you play?
18. Take
He plays us.
36.
Okay, makes
Play
sense,
us.
makes
Take
sense.
as many as you
Take
want.
36.
Yeah, I like Daryl. To shoot the
Yeah.
ball. Have fun. Don't listen to Sauce. What is he gonna do? Bench you? I think my hot take is Dre's gonna be in the running for MVP. That's my hot take.
Dre?
Wow, shout out to Dre.
I
Wow.
think Dre's gonna be in the. I think that team
What is it going to take for that to happen?
leading scorer on his team, which I don't know what Fell's gonna bring. Obviously, Fell's gonna help, but I think Dre just consistently has proven he's gonna score efficiently.
Yeah.
And if he's doing that at a 25-point per game clip, Ravens have a winning record. They have a high seed in the playoffs. I think that he's got a shot to be MVP. I like the way he plays. He's playing very well. He does it effortlessly.
He
Only
does
thing
do
he's
it
got to do,
effortlessly.
yeah, only thing he's got to do is stop ripping your damn jersey, Dre. I don't know what
Oh,
the fuck
yeah.
you're doing.
Oh
You
yeah,
ripped
I
it
know.
again?
Yes.
I noticed
The
that.
fucking
That was
V-neck.
game one, Dre.
Nobody wants to see
Little
cleavage. Let's
extended
fucking
V-neck,
go.
Dre.
Come on.
He just wanted a V-neck jersey, man. That's all he wanted. He was like,
Come
I
on,
need some
Dre.
more
The
room
extended V-neck jersey.
But
Game
shout
one
out
is
Dre.
crazy.
Stop ripping your damn jersey, but shout out Dre. That's my hot take. I
Dre
could be
for
completely
MVP.
off with
Ooh,
that.
we're
Yeah,
gonna come
Dre
back to
Dre
this
for
one.
MVP.
Dre just.
I said in the
slows
running.
game
I did
down.
not say the MVP. Let me be clear. I'm not Eric here, and I hope Dre. I hope you don't get kicked out of the league like when he
Corey.
made Corey the prediction. But That's my hot take. I think he's
Yeah.
in the running.
Watching
Okay.
him play, he does slow the game. Like that Euro step he had, he like
The slow
It
one.
was the
he
slowest
does that.
Euro, but
you
it
gotta
was
know
just-
it's coming.
He did it 2 weeks in a row now.
Yeah, you
so
gotta know.
yeah, but he knows that the players around him are moving too quick, so
Yeah.
he,
He moves
slows
at
it
his
down
plate,
on
yeah.
purpose. Like that's
You
that's
can't
high
speed him
IQ
up.
basketball right there.
Yeah. No, he's
Yeah.
a high IQ.
and he's young. He's
Yeah.
young.
He's like 21. Yeah.
Yeah, he just turned 21
Just turned 21.
at the end of
Shout out
last
Dre,
season.
man.
Really? Damn.
Former Goblin.
All right, let's get to the last game. The last game.
We can
probably
just
the
skip
game
this
of the week.
one.
Bro, that was
We
a
can-
crazy.
Probably a crazy game.
Yeah, that
Crazy
was-
game. I was reffing this game. But we got the Goblins pulling up a nail biter against the Dogs, 76-74. Who would have seen this coming?
Shout out
I
to
don't know,
the hey, hold on. Shout out
24
to the celebrity shot because
Shout out to
whoever
the
Yeah,
refs.
shout out
Whoever
to the celeb
switched-
shot.
I think it was Fessel at the end, right, for Big
Fessy,
Bird.
for Big Bird.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'll give Dom credit. That
He
was,
told you to do it.
He brought us in the huddle and he was like, "I have an idea. We foul like right in the inbound. We switch out. We still got our celeb shot. Let's switch it for Bird." I was like, "Bro, that's
Genius.
perfect.
Yeah.
Let's do it."
I really thought you were going to put me on the line because I was horrible. I
mean,
really thought you were going to put me on the line because I missed every shot.
I will take my chances over with
Yeah, with
Bird
Big
over
Bird, yeah.
you.
Well, once
'cause
you
I
did it,
know-
I'm like, oh, that makes sense too.
yeah,
For
sure.
You're still a better free throw shooter than Bird.
He almost hit it.
You missed a lot of layups.
He did.
Oh, my
very
God, it was fucking
dramatic.
horrible.
The one Fessel, I think it was Fessel, threw you. You like tripped or something on the fast. Like you went too fast for you to stop. Like
Twice, I thought Juan was going to block me, and so the one time I tried to body bump him, and then the second time I like went off of one step. I was horrible. I
think you
cost
shot a
us that
fadeaway,
game.
too.
I did like a step on the pivot in the mid range, which I've never shot in a Silly Nation game. I shoot
let me
that,
try
and what
this out.
Tone says, like I shoot that stuff at Lakeside. I shoot it. It felt really comfortable, and I saw Dom do it, and I'm like, I could do that.
You saw Dom do it. You're just like, give me the
I've
ball.
seen Dom do that move.
Game on the line. Give me the ball.
No, it wasn't a game. It was in the
hold my
first half.
drink.
It was in the first half.
Not drinking.
That's
Oh, I
fine.
thought you-
But yeah, we got the Goblins pulling out 76-74. Dom and Juan taking off finally. I think for the Goblins, definitely, you guys are gonna need Dom and Juan to both be
Absolutely.
scoring. Yeah.
That was my whole plan.
But Dom with 25 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. Juan 23, 6 rebounds. Ish, the finisher.
Yo,
Okay.
Eric,
all
don't
right.
say that in the mic.
How many points? How many points? How many points?
They're gonna put you on Facebook.
Finish on three. Finish on me.
Yeah. Wait, that was him that said that? Yeah. You gotta.
I'm just saying it for 3 seasons.
You gotta stop
Yeah.
that, man.
Eric.
We're gonna have to
man.
start clipping him and putting him in.
All right. What are
But,
his stats? What are his stats?
But we got JPP with 6
You didn't
rebounds.
even read us your stats.
Oh, 14, my bad. Ish, 14 points, 4 for 9 from the field. JPP, 6.7 rebounds, 5 assists. And Omar with 2 big threes. 6
Huge,
points,
man. Hey,
yes. One off the backboard.
My team could attest that I put it in the group chat. I said, Omar, don't do anything but just spot up and shoot. Because I remember that game, the semifinals against you guys. He had like 3 big threes in the corner.
Yeah.
He was just sitting there, and he was just the extra pass, hit it. I
Dude.
know sorry, I just revealed my game plan, but yeah. Anyways,
Sorry, we watched the film.
yeah.
I don't know if y'all listened to Tone and one of them. He was like,
yeah, he was like, you
Captain's not watching film. Y'all better
Yeah.
watch film.
He was like, I
watching
give
all
you
I
guys-
that.
watched. I edited it, so I've watched it a couple times.
Y'all better watch that film.
Shout out Omar, man.
Sauce. I think we
Shout
gotta.
out
I
Omar.
think we gotta lower the rims for me to start dunking.
Got a dunking bike.
And then Patriola said, "Dean lit it up."
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
0 points.
Yeah, I forgot
I
to
had,
put
how
that
many
on the
rebounds I got? Like
You had
5.
a lot of rebounds. You
Yeah.
did. You had like
Yeah,
6
see,
rebounds, something like that.
I knew I felt off. I was shooting with Dom's big ball the day before.
Hey, yo.
Oh, yo,
You know the big ball that
y'all saying some crazy
Bro,
things
come
this
on.
podcast.
he has a big basketball that he
yeah.
shoots
It's
with.
supposed to help you.
Yeah, it did not. It fucked
Yeah,
me up
don't-
so
yeah,
bad.
don't let
Like,
that-
bro,
Tell him to
I
stop bringing it because he
Yeah,
brings it
that
every
shit
I
fucks you
felt
up.
like
Yeah.
the ball was like light as
Lighter,
fuck.
yeah.
Like, it was
yeah,
just
you
It's
shot
supposed
like,
to help you though.
yeah, but it didn't.
Nah.
it helps.
didn't.
It helps other people, but not me. So I'm not saying that was the reason why, but
But on the losing side, for the Dogs, you got Fessy in his debut, 25 points, 6 rebounds. Yusuf in limited minutes due to ejection.
We'll talk about it.
16 points, 6
wow,
for
he had
10 for
16
field goal.
Still, he
16
only played
still.
the first. Or no,
I think
did
he
he
got
get
ejected.
Played
ejected
the
in the second?
second
12
half,
minutes left.
12 minutes left.
Second-
They ended up
okay.
changing the clock to 13, but yeah, it was 12 when he actually got ejected. But they gave us another minute.
You got your captain, Mike Scalco, 10 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds.
I'm glad you did not put attempts on there.
Yeah.
I went 5 for 15 from the field for those
5
of you.
for 15.
Sheesh.
Shooter shoot.
Horrendous.
Ryan, 9 points, 2 rebounds, 2 steals. And Jeff making his debut, 8 points, 7 rebounds.
Played great.
Jeff is that hustle.
Yeah.
Jeff is that hustle player. You know, he does
For-
the little things
for
like
you
grab
guys,
those boards.
For the
and
dogs, I
put
feel
back.
like that one time when we was at Lakeside, when Jeff and Yusuf, you guys like opened up like Jeff with Yusuf. Like the way Yusuf with 7 assists. Like, what? You know, as to me, that's like, all right, if Yusuf is actually passing, you got Jeff coming out, scoring, then Fessy coming out with his 25, you guys are dangerous. You guys are dangerous. I just feel like with Yusuf, he's got to be more of the facilitator for you guys. And I know you can still facilitate, but when you're not facilitating, I feel like Yusuf also has to be that for you.
Yeah, and I think he wants to.
Yeah.
But he was wrongfully ejected from the game. And that's what we're here to talk about right now.
I mean,
Right now.
look,
Is the,
he was wrongfully ejected, but he still should not be acting like that.
and that's why I didn't argue it in the moment, because I
Yeah.
didn't know the rule, and I was tired of hearing him complain, and so I was like, "You, fine." But from here on out, the rule is, and it's not because I'm making this up, it's because the actual rule on Google is a delay game is a team tech, not a personal tech. So it's two different categories. It's basically the same as the 4-second rule, where that wouldn't count against the player specifically to, like, if you had 2 4-seconds, now you're kicked out of the game. It's behavioral or personal techs that lead to an ejection. Those are just a team tech. And you wouldn't get that on the actual player. So, like, it wouldn't count as one of their 6 fouls. It would just count as they spend a minute in the penalty box. We didn't know that in the time. So Sauce gave his best effort, and he thought he made the right call. We all agreed. Not upset about that at all. I just want to make it clear that it is the wrong call, and from here on out, in case that does happen again, which it shouldn't happen again.
No, it's a very unique
Yeah, it's never.
situation.
That's
Yeah.
never happened,
That's a
and
Yusuf
that's why we didn't
thing.
know. In 7 seasons, never happened. Delay a game is a team tech. It is not a personal tech.
I think
Mike,
Sauce was just sick of him. He's like,
Oh,
all right, go sit over
I think we
there."
all were. I think we all were.
And it's the first
Parker's
game of the
fighting.
damn
My
season.
only quarrel was the foul count at the end of the game. We should have gone to the line for 1-and-1 twice. They put the fouls on the wrong person, on the wrong team. That bothers me.
I did not pay him.
Yes,
I
you
didn't-
did.
no, I
We
didn't.
have texts.
That makes a difference.
It makes a huge difference because it was a 2-point game, and Fessy, instead of going to the line, then it ended up a quarter 3 for me, which I airballed. Big Bird gets the board. Fessy shoots it off the top of the backboard instead of taking 2 free throws. That's a huge, huge difference in the game right there. And the possession before, yes, Fessy got a layup, but he was supposed to go to the line.
Yeah.
It changes things because the clock is different. The game is completely different. So moving forward, it's early in the season. We figure out who we can put on scoreboard, who we can't. Shout out Maine for trying, but those things really matter in a close game.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but it's better it happened to me than to another team.
Yeah, we'll fix it next week. We got the win. That's good.
I already nullified your win.
It was still a good game though.
Very good game. And
Yeah, it was.
all of it is eliminated if I just hit my layups. And that's really what it comes down to.
Yep. If I hit my shots, we would have won by 10. You know.
Literally,
It's a-
yeah.
What
Yeah,
if? What if? You know.
well,
But we didn't. But we didn't, Mike. We
The
didn't.
Goblins played good. Watching back, Juan played really well. Like
Mhm.
towards
Fi-
the end.
Oh, yeah.
He
Finally
hit
stepped
the
up.
Far 3, then got the steal off the inbound. I think you threw in.
Yes.
Got the steal. That was big.
Yeah.
And then hit the corner 3
Yeah.
when you guys were down.
That was huge.
Like, down
Mhm.
2 or something like
That
that.
was
huge.
Gave you the lead.
Yep. Gave us the lead.
Those are big plays.
yeah,
Yeah,
he
now-
played well. Both of them
He
played.
has to.
That's the one I'm expecting.
They got to know
to
him
see
and
this
Dom.
season.
That's because
You
he's a
gotta know.
goblin, bro.
Yeah.
He's meant to be a goblin.
He was a goblin before.
He's
He
a
was a-
Wanblin.
He's a
A
Wanblin.
Wobbler.
Yeah.
No, Dom and Juan played
He
great
is
in the
one of
second half.
one.
Yeah.
They played great
In
in
the second half. Yeah.
Yes.
The first half, it was.
No, they were struggling for sure.
It was more ish in the first half.
Yeah, Ish played
Yeah.
great the whole game.
They made some layups. I've
Yeah.
never seen him make before. I was
Yeah.
watching back. I'm like,
Like little Kyrie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out Goblins.
Hey,
Good win for you
Ish
guys.
is a good player, man.
we needed you guys to win that. By the way, that was a good win.
Well, we did.
Yeah,
We're the
I
only
was
one to
rooting
win
for
in
every
the,
team that is not in our conference.
only one to
Even
win
when
in
I
the
was
entire
reffing.
conference, man.
Yeah, it's big.
Yeah,
We need the Coyotes to lose.
And we were missing Ben.
Sauce said it too. That's it. Goblins win rescinded. Sorry. Sauce is in charge of the refs, not me.
Oh, all right. So we lost So the dogs win.
All right, podcast is
All
over.
right.
Podcast is over.
Oh, now.
America's favorite segment.
Yes, sir. Selly Nation's favorite segment.
Yeah.
We got our guy, the commissioner, the meteor, Parker's power ranking. Let's get him on the phone.
Get him on the phone. They said it's Alex drunk. No, I only had one drink. Sorry.
Dean's had the most. That's why he's going to pee.
I might have given him the bottle again.
He's in the bathroom taking shots. Patriolo, I agree. Wild game, but Yusuf stays in. I think the dogs win. I think so as well. Obviously, I'm on the dogs, though. I think if I hit layups, we would have won too. So I take full responsibility for that loss.
You guys got to get
some layup lines.
buddies. I forgot his
Jeff?
name already. Get him the ball more.
I know.
The guy's
We tried
good.
to. A lot of the times, though,
Jeff?
Yeah, that guy's
our
good.
spacing was
Good.
bad a lot of the times where we were running into each other in the
Marcus
paint.
Mark-
Stop shooting.
Parker.
Go to the hoop, man.
He hit a couple threes.
Goddamn psycho. Mike's making excuses for Yusuf because he got caught. Nice try. Joke's on you, big dum-dum. We told you. We tried to tell you every single season, don't take that goddamn psycho. That's what he does. Cost the game. Don't talk about his 2 8-second violations, almost in like back-to-back plays. Don't talk about him completely wigging out at all times. The kid is a mental case. Every season, I'm different. I'm different this season. I'm coming different this season.
Hey, listen,
The only thing-
it's a great
the
2
only
Chainz
thing
song.
different was that
I'm
great
different.
2 Chainz song.
The only thing he came different was that disgusting sweat-soaked armband that was not white anymore. That was off-white, and then he had a brand new arm sleeve on. It was disgusting. The contrast was not there. Yusuf, if you're listening, you fucked that up. You fucked your team over. Everyone hates you. Okay. All right.
He needed to hear
The good news
that.
about that game was
No, Yusuf's good.
Fezzi is a first-round pick. He got to his places, scored 25 pretty easily. Yeah. Okay. Let's just start. Last place, Dragons. I don't think it.
Whoa.
Eric liked that one. Look, he liked that.
They struggled a lot. Again, they went up against a very good playoff Panthers team. I'm making the call right now. Panthers making the playoffs.
Woo!
I
The
agree.
only thing that could hold
We got
Panthers
Parker
back
on our
is,
side. Let's go.
Is Hood Superstar's mental state at any given moment, which is really interesting. But yeah, no. Dragons, they looked kind of outgunned and outmatched in that game. Yeah, same power ranking as their jerseys. Last. All right, second to last. I gotta look. I forgot what I sent Eric. My bad. It's so cold. How's everyone feeling?
It's fucking
way too
freezing.
fucking cold.
It's fucking
Yeah,
freezing.
I'm so over this stupid shit. I didn't even leave the house today. All right, 7 Martians. That game got away from them.
We got 10 teams now.
Sorry, 9 Martians. That game got away from them a little bit. Kind of difficult. Again, we look at the stat sheet. If Braylon hits half of those threes, yeah, that probably is a much more competitive game. Just need him to get downhill a little more. Tay looked great. He looked really good, as good as we could have thought. Much better basketball player than he is a quarterback. Just saying. But yeah, you also need Cass. You need Cass to produce at a big man level. Cass, we don't need you to score 10 points. We just need you to grab 10 rebounds or block or change 10 shots. That makes a huge difference. Look at Marcus Russell. He's amazing.
I'm a Panther.
8 La Familia. They were down. They were down guys. I was not super impressed from week 1 from the farewell tone tour. So hopefully they can get back on track. Maine, he's your number 2 guy. He's a young guy. He struggled a lot. He got subbed in again, and then Sean took the ball out of his hands like taking candy from a baby.
Shane.
And or Shane. Did Shane do that? Oh, yeah, Shane
Yeah, it was
sunned him. Yeah, Shane sunned him pretty bad, and he got subbed immediately back out. And then scoreboard-wise, not very good at keeping the score. That impacted their playoff. That impacted their power rankings. But I digress.
I think he might be 10 then, if that's the case. If we're going off a scoreboard effort, it's going 10.
Can I tell you, no one's scoreboard effort is worse than Daryl. The only thing that he might do worse is shoot the ball. Next. Speaking on Daryl, Ravens. Mako's Ravens was a very difficult game to watch, especially in the first half. I was like, holy shit. Thank God Big Bird was there, because even he was like, what the fuck are we watching? Very difficult game to watch. Hume was building a fucking brick house out there, missed 15 fucking shots. That's nuts. Dre at like halftime only had like 3 shots. That should never happen. It'll be interesting how Chile comes in. Again, I'll give Fell the grace. He was doing his Fell flu game. You could see he was fatigued on the court. Difficult. Still gives you productive minutes. I'm sure if he's healthy, that game goes a little different. But yeah, Ravens at 7. Dogs 6. God damn it. What the fuck? You guys had a double-digit lead. You completely squandered it. Goblins got hot. They took the opportunity and the momentum. Yusuf is a psycho. Next. Again, one highlight is Fezzi. He shows he's a first-round pick. Obviously, he's just a physical force. Big dude, strong dude, can get to his spots. Has a soft touch around the hoop. You'd think some of these wouldn't be so soft, but floater's soft. I don't know. You guys got me thinking real sensual stuff with big balls and finishing.
Hey yo.
5 Goblins. Goblins come back. They squeak out a win in week 1. Shout out, or they're the only ones in their conference to win, right? Orange Conference, or which one's that one?
Yep.
Yes.
Orange Conference, holding it down. Orange Conference. So currently leading Orange Conference. Really well done, Dean. You kept them locked in. You capitalized on where the Dogs were fucking up, and good win. Way to go. You'll shoot better. Just don't touch Dom's big balls anymore, okay?
Yeah, I promise. I won't.
Stop juggling them.
Just the finisher.
Yeah, just the finisher. You're just finishing finishers. 4 Makos. Again, Makos coming in, we saw them. They looked very good. Again, they had half their guy, or who was it? 1v1 showed up late. They didn't look as in tune with each other as they did playing against who they play in they played the Dragons, right?
No.
Who'd they play?
Who was it?
They played the Martians.
Who?
They played the
The
Martians.
Makos.
No, they played the Ravens.
The Ravens.
No, in the scrimmages.
Oh, in the scrimmages.
The Martians?
Scrimmages.
Yeah, they played Coyotes. Yeah.
No,
No,
we
no,
played the Coyotes in the
The
scrimmages.
Makos played the Martians. I'm almost 100%
Yeah,
positive.
Makos did
Well,
play the
okay, so
Martians.
the Martians were
Yeah.
down, so maybe it was a different balance. I really like the Makos on paper. They had a very difficult start. Nobody could get shots to go. Fritz wasn't as hot as he was in the preseason. Sway didn't have as many people to pass out to. Anderson played some really good minutes, hit some really big shots down the stretch. Shout out Anderson, that's my guy. But yeah, Mako's there at 4. Number 3, Mambas. Mambas looked pretty solid. That seemed like a game that was closer than it should have been for the Mambas. Shane and Sean and Pat and Tommy, you can just tell the chemistry is there with those guys. It's just working the rest of those guys into that system. Jay Nola's MIP is quickly fading after he fell over on the court a few times.
He won scrimmages MIP.
Yeah, that was not great. Not a great MIP performance from Jay Nola. So, yeah. But Mambas win. I didn't realize Sean had 20 rebounds. That's absolutely nuts. And Shane is automatic wherever he shoots. It's actually ridiculous. Every time he pulls, I'm like, that's probably going to win. Absolutely disgusting.
Nah,
all right. Two, I think the most balanced team in the league right now is the Coyotes. Shout out Alex. Hey, you just clock in, give them 26 and 15 rebounds, and then clock out, and then you guys win by double digits. It was fucking beautiful. I love to watch it. Dallas has also expanded his bag of his game. I think that's going to be huge for the Coyotes. They didn't have Captain Pat, so that'll be a fun little storyline. If Pat shows up and Coyotes lose, get Pat out of the way.
And Raheel.
You guys haven't even seen Raheel yet.
Raheel
Yeah.
not there. Raheel showed up late.
Does
me
he
didn't
even
know what
want to
time
play at this point?
He
Like,
showed up for the last 2 games.
No,
I heard he
was joking.
showed up in full
I know,
uniform.
Literally.
I gave him the
Oh,
No, but he was literally in full uniform in the
I
stat.
gave it to him because I told him he's got to take the picture.
Oh.
That's fucking hilarious.
What is going
but,
on?
But no,
Raheel, man.
Coyotes looked really, really good. Shout out Gene Lopez quickly stealing Batman and Jay Nola's MIP hopes.
That man had a layup. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, Batman had a layup. Thank God. He now doubled his entire career scoring. No.
Sloths, you're funny.
This guy,
And you're number one.
Number one, playoff Panthers. I think this is the
Yes,
highest
sir.
Panthers
I
ever
think it
been in the
is.
power ranking.
I agree, Parker.
Panthers looked
Yes.
really good.
Shout out the
Shout
boys.
out Marcus Russell being a true big man in the league.
We do have to
Great,
note,
like-
though, Eric is the one that makes the graphics. You got to note that.
What did the graphics look like? I don't see them right now.
He put
What
the
do they look
Panthers
like?
at number one, and that just can't be correct. I've never seen it.
No, it's true.
I've never seen
I've got text message
It's
proof.
unprecedented. We've never seen it, but no, it's true. They are number one. They looked really good. They had a lot of balance across their roster.
Who do you put
But when you have a big guy that plays big in the league where there's not a lot of big guys, it makes a huge difference.
Shout out Marcus.
Again, the having Nacho is such a offensive cheat code for your team. So many people have to hone in on him, and he'll still give you fucking 20, and you'll be like, oh yeah, that's just Nacho, Mr. Bing Bong, Mrs. Bing Bong, Bing Bong Jr. I fucking love those jerseys. It's so funny. Very well done. The only thing you have to watch out, Eric, is Mike Mitchell being upset you guys are winning by 20. I mean, Bouncy is also a highlight reel waiting to happen. It's fucking nuts. You guys have quite a team. I'm really excited to see where you go. And if you don't make the playoffs, I told you you're banished. So a lot on the line for you, Eric. A lot on
That's
the
a
line.
lot of pressure.
Dude,
I'll give you the John.
talk about
Bismo.
pressure. I'm in the toughest conference. It's pressure this whole
You are,
season.
but if you're the best team in the toughest conference, what does that make you?
Great.
Well, the best team. God damn it, Eric. All right, that's my power ranking.
Thank
I
you,
love
Parker. We love you.
Thanks, Parker.
Well, see you
Bye.
soon. Ohana.
Bye.
Ohana.
Let's go to Ohana.
Let's go to Ohana
Good
now.
spot. Yeah.
Ohana
Let's
means
go right
family.
Now. Let's go right now.
How's that make you feel, Eric?
Like, shout out,
Cut
Parker.
off for the
Shout
cut
out,
off.
Parker.
Yeah.
Him and I were just talking.
It feels good, man. It feels good. That's like the highest I've ever been ranked in Parker's ranking, so that's just fucking amazing.
You did a
And
good
like,
job drafting.
Have
Tommy
you,
did
have
you
you
a
ever
bigger
won the
favor.
first game? I know
Yeah.
last season you didn't. Did you win it
my
season
first
5?
season
yeah, 'cause
five,
I
yep,
think that
he
season
did.
I started
He
2-0.
started
beat the
off like
Reapers?
2 and
Yeah,
he
I
started off
2-0.
2-0.
Yeah, I started 2-0.
And then we screwed it up.
Literally. But nah, literally
Gotta
what
balance
Parker
it.
said with Nacho, it's like so good to finally like have that on your side.
Yeah.
Since like I've been with him on season 2, and after that,
Is that him?
I've just been going up against
The
him
Red Bull.
every season after that,
Yeah, they're not paying.
and just watching him get buckets over and over against my team effortlessly. And now he's doing it for me.
But it's
for the
also
team.
different because season 2 he was very quiet, reserved, and he
Yeah.
let AJ and myself lead the charge. You're hearing in the huddle. Well,
Yeah.
you guys might not be. I'm hearing in the huddle when I'm editing the games. He's very vocal, and that's
Yeah.
really
Very
helpful.
vocal,
He's
very
really
vocal.
become a
Nah,
leader.
He helps
Shout
get
out
your team
Nacho.
locked
Yes,
in,
he
man.
does.
He really does.
He's a good player.
Yeah.
He hits some tough shots. He loves that turnaround three. That's his thing. It's
That's,
like a
that's how
selling
you, that's how
nation,
you know
like-
he works on a shot. He
Yeah.
just knows when it's good.
Yeah, he's a good player, man. That's a
Shout
good
out
player to
Nacho,
have.
man.
You got a lot of good players.
But any
You run
opinions
into
on
us.
that?
So you run into us.
No, it seems
No.
pretty accurate.
Pretty accurate.
Yeah.
I think we should have been number 1, but you know,
Yeah,
I
well,
digress.
You're not.
Yeah, I think-
Eric is.
Parker watched our game too, and he still put you guys. This is my revenge tour.
Yeah,
see,
fuck
number 2
Parker. Oh,
number 2. I don't
excuse
like
me, we're
number 2.
monetized. Freak Parker.
Freak Parker. Yeah.
Sorry.
Careful.
Cut that out.
All right,
monetized.
now we'll jump to the next segment. Now this segment here is called Inside the Ref Chat.
Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Oh, what
Can we just go to this one because I already
happened?
clicked on it?
All right, we're gonna go to the second favorite segment you guys love.
Sorry,
here.
guys. I got excited. I thought this is what we were doing.
Give me the damn ball.
We got ourselves start, bench, or trade. Oh,
Cut.
cut. Fuck.
We can do both.
Start bench cut.
Start, bench, cut. All right.
Start, bench, cut. You're going to China. China.
Jaina.
First one. The first one we've
Here's my
got
Sharpie.
start, bench, or cut / trade. We got Gene
The people do hate
X
this.
or Sterling
Can
Shakespeare.
we before we
Which
start
Gene?
this, Gene Ballister.
Gene Ballas.
Before we start this, are we going off of their week 1 performance? Is that what we're
Yes.
basing it off of? Season
Yes,
7,
we
week
have-
1
we have
performance.
to.
Okay,
We
just
It
have
has to
to.
be. Yes.
Now,
Not
Okay.
overall.
Okay.
So
we
week 1
have to
performance.
go on just week 1.
Okay. So Sterling Gene Ballister, and X.
All right. I start Sterling, bench X, and cut Gene based off of week 1.
I have to agree entirely.
Yeah.
You can't really not agree with that. I mean, I don't know what Gene's stat line was. I know X grabbed a couple of boards. And Sterling, obviously, you have to start Sterling.
Yeah.
X who?
X Ortiz on the
sorry,
Ravens.
I didn't see.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I agree.
You agree?
Use that as fuel, Gene.
No, listen, I love Gene. I would pick
Nah,
Gene on my
Gene's
team
tough.
10 times out of 10.
Absolutely.
And in an
Definitely.
actual game, I would start Gene. But going based off of week
Please
1,
don't get butt hurt.
he's not going to.
Everybody, I know you will,
Gene,
but just try not to. No, not Gene specifically. I'm talking about
Oh, yeah,
everybody
yeah.
who's in the cut category.
please don't listen to us.
Yeah. We've been drinking.
There's
right?
one that's going to be really difficult. So, all right.
Nice.
All right, our next one. That was like it was pretty easy. We've got start, bench, or cut. Daryl Porter, Jeff, or JPP.
Okay. I'll let somebody else go. Sorry. Go ahead.
Alex, you go.
Start us off,
first.
Alex.
You
I'll
go.
go first. Definitely starting Jeff, benching JPP, and who's the third person?
Daryl Porter.
Yeah.
Yeah, to cut him.
Daryl.
Yeah.
Based off week 1.
Yeah.
No offense. Based off week 1.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're basing it off of.
Yes.
Again, we're basing it off of week 1 only.
Yeah.
Just
I would
week one.
agree, but I'm gonna switch JPP and Jeff.
I agree with that too.
I would start JPP just because JPP kind of does like a little bit of everything.
He do a little bit.
He
of everything,
scores, rebounds, and he's gonna bring the ball down and look to dish it out.
I think
too.
he had a bigger impact for us
Yeah.
than Jeff did for the Dogs.
I definitely do not agree.
I would.
I definitely do not agree.
I feel
That-
like
that's
I,
tough.
yeah, I think
It's
Jeff
tough. I mean,
definitely.
it's tough.
They
Jeff-
both
JPP
played
is-
well.
they're
They
both
both
tough.
played
They
well.
both
I
played well.
think
Played
that
well.
I think that they played two different roles.
Yeah.
And
agreed.
on most teams, Jeff would fit in seamlessly because he doesn't need the ball.
That's true.
And that's why I would have to start Jeff.
JPP had the ball
Put
in his
JPP
hands
in the
a
bench,
lot
which
of
is
the
it's
time,
just
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
He's a good ball handler. No
Yeah.
disrespect to him, but Jeff fits on every single team because he's rebounding,
Yeah.
cutting down the paint, offensive boards, and easy putbacks. To me, you start that.
Yeah.
I
in
get
this
you guys are going
situation.
off stats, but JPP had the ball in his hands a lot. I watched
Yeah.
it, but
He
Jeff didn't get the ball enough. So I
Mhm.
feel like if he got
Okay.
the ball more, he
Okay,
would
fair.
definitely.
Fair assessment. Fair assessment. I'm still picking my boy JPP.
As you should.
Yeah,
It's your
I
team.
would
I
still
still
start
rock
him,
with JPP,
but
yeah.
impact-wise, I feel like Jeff had the bigger impact just because they were missing Yusuf, so that increased his impact a little.
You were starting JPP.
No, I'm starting JPP. I'm just saying impact. If I'm going based on
Okay, off
impact,
the game.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, impact.
Okay.
All right. Start, bench, or cut.
just terrible. This is really
What do you
terrible.
got?
What is it?
Shane.
Shane, Chief, and Brandon Steed.
Yeah,
That's so difficult.
that is a very difficult
That is
one.
so
That is probably
difficult.
the most difficult
Oh,
one we've
not
had.
even close.
Like,
and it's more difficult than the next one by far.
They're gonna
Wow.
Yeah, there's
Wow.
no.
not pick. No.
Oof.
I would start all three of them
Literally.
together,
Yeah.
and between Shane and Chiefs ball movement, Brandon Steed scoring. That's a phenomenal backcourt in this league.
But we can only start one.
I
that's
have
hard.
to. I'll go first with this one.
Okay. Yeah.
It's very, very tough to say this, but I'm starting Shane.
Mm.
Okay.
I'm benching Steed, and I'm cutting Chief.
Mm.
Okay.
I don't think Shane's gonna watch this, and that might play into.
I love Chief. I love Steed.
That does help. I think the way that the season's gone, and the way I didn't see Shane's stats.
We're going based off of week one.
Let me see Shane's stats before I determine this.
It's like 14 points. What is it, 16?
Okay, and then this is. Yeah, that's that. And then that. Okay. Sorry, people, I had to look at those stats. All right, based off of these stats. Steed, I'm starting. I'm benching Chief, and I'm cutting Shane.
Wow.
Based
Complete opposite of what I
solely,
said.
Wait. Hold on.
based
On week one.
solely off of the week one stats that I just looked at.
How much did Shane have?
Shane had 14 and 6 assists. Chief had 10, 6, and 6, but I'm sure that Chief played the defensive role a little
He
bit
did.
better.
He did.
And then
Okay.
you have
Fair.
Brandon Steed, who had 12, 4, and 10 assists.
Yeah.
So they both accounted
10
for
assists.
exactly.
Literally.
So you have to
10
put
assists.
Chief. You have to
Yeah.
put Steed at the
Steve
top.
passing the ball. Let me find out.
Yeah, you have to
Nah,
put
he
Steed at the
passes
top.
the ball, bro.
Bro,
He
he's
does
snapping
pass
this
the ball.
season,
He's
bro.
been passing
10
the ball.
assists.
So
This is crazy.
I have to go with that based on that. Normal situation, I love Shane. I love playing with Shane. I would definitely always start all three of those on a team.
Yeah, that's the toughest
Yeah.
one we've had.
If I had a team
All those guys are
and I
phenomenal
had all
players.
3 of them, I would
Yeah.
have Steed come off the bench and do what he does. But that's what I'm going with.
Steed,
Chief,
Chief,
and then cut Shane.
All right,
Shane.
what-
Unfortunately, because
And you
I would
went-
never cut Shane.
I went
Yeah,
start
Eric.
Shane.
start Shane, bench Chief.
Bench
bench
Steed
Steed,
and
cut
cut
Chief.
Chief. Yeah.
Who you got?
I'm agreeing with Mike. Not gonna lie, I'm starting Steed. I'm benching.
Oh, I forgot Steve. Yeah, okay, he's on his team.
I'm benching Chief, and I'm cutting.
I guess
Shane,
Shane's not
yeah.
watching the podcast. No, I'm just
That's
kidding.
not why I said that. But
No, I know.
I'm going bench.
Tammy,
these
Tammy
are
said
all-
she's telling Shane.
These are
I
all.
love Shane.
These are all great players, man.
Yeah.
They really
I
are.
put the stats on the screen for you guys, so you
Yeah.
guys can determine at home
That's
as well.
that's
but
the toughest
Yeah,
one.
It's
let
really
us know in
tough.
the chat.
I
Let
don't
us
know
know
if
in
we
the
could
chat.
beat
we're
that
purely
one.
we're
Yeah.
purely going off. I'm purely going off of the stats.
What about you, Alex?
Who you going with, Mike? Or you going with Dean? Or are you switching it up?
Man, these are all 3 of my guys. I
He's
don't
gonna- yeah,
know, man.
It's tough. I like all
I
3
know
of
where
them
your
too.
head's
Won a
leaning.
championship with Shane and Steed,
Yeah.
and X is that's my guy. I don't.
X is the floor general of the league.
Not anymore. It's Brandon Steed. 10 assists.
Yeah, no,
that's tough. I didn't know that because that now that kind of like changes.
It changes
what I was
things.
thinking
I
about.
knew that as the
Originally,
stat,
when
and
you
that's
said
why.
10 assists, I'm like, okay, hold on.
Yes.
It changes what I was thinking.
100%. The only double out of the 3, you have to put him at the 1.
Yeah.
You have to have
based
him
off
start.
week 1.
You have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going X start.
Wow.
Yeah.
On Chief, okay.
First one to start.
I think what Mike said, you guys really didn't see what he did defensively. Like he really was.
No, he was locked in
Yeah,
that game
he-
for sure. He was. That was a great game
That
by
matters
Chief.
to
Let's
me,
see
like-
what he did defensively.
Yeah. Matter of fact, let's see.
You
I'm
know
Yeah,
excited
but
what?
we don't have advanced Amazon
not
stats.
like-
No.
We don't have like
He may
shots
have
that
2
are disruptions,
steals. Yeah,
deflections.
hold up.
It's
You
hard to
got it
tell
right
with
here.
defense.
It's not Amazon quick, but it's quick. Oh, we got Chief coming in with a steal and a block.
Okay.
He held it down
Okay.
defensively.
Yeah, but there's more to playing defense than just
Oh yeah,
getting
definitely.
those
Yeah,
stats,
definitely. I'm going up based off the stats. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was definitely the toughest one to choose.
I still didn't answer right. Dang.
No,
I thought
you got to
to
bench and cut.
Oh.
No, you got to
Yeah.
bench and
Who'd you
cut.
He
start?
started Chief.
He started
Started
Chief.
cheap. I'm
Okay.
not gonna lie. I started cheap because
Yeah.
I feel like really like based on week 1, he really. I was like, oh, okay. Like
Playing
even
both
when
sides
he
of the ball very
I don't
well.
know if you guys do.
From
one
the
play where
scrimmages,
he
dude.
sprinted.
Yep.
Like one play where
Yeah.
it's like,
Yep.
I
Trying to
was
get the
like,
ball
oh,
from
he
going out of
won
bounds.
it.
What,
Like,
you
yeah,
even
he
said it on the
won
commentary. Yeah.
Yeah, he I'm gonna bench. Based on week 1,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna bench. Steve.
Yes, that's what we're all basing it off of.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
no
Bench
disrespect to
Steve,
Shane.
No
Yeah.
disrespect.
And then cutting Shane.
Honestly, it wouldn't be no disrespect.
Damn, bro,
both of
you
them.
just won a
Bro,
cha- you
yeah.
just won a
We
championship
have
with
to
them,
make
bro.
that clear because it's just
Now,
that,
if you do
that
week
close.
2
It's
and
literally
Shane
that
has
close.
30,
Yeah.
then obviously it changes week 2.
I think that's gonna show up for sure.
Damn,
Not
bro.
against us, but maybe the week
Because
after.
Shane really.
You just won a championship with them, bro.
Yeah.
With both of them.
With both of
Oh,
them.
both of them. Oh,
Yeah.
actually, all right.
With both of them. But I'm going based off week 1. And I think Shane didn't get the ball enough to really show more. Because obviously you guys know Shane passed the ball.
Yep.
Anytime he touches the ball at the 3-point line, you're like, okay, is he going to shoot it? If he shoots it, it's going in.
Yeah.
Nah,
He's going in.
He's ridiculous.
But
Oh.
he didn't, for week 1.
But I feel like Shane doesn't look for a shot though.
Yeah.
He looks to pass more. You play.
That's
with
what
him,
I'm.
so
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
Okay.
It depends on the
he's-
Shane that you're getting. I've seen Shane do both.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah. But when he's
There was
playing
one
with a
game,
player
yeah, there was
that,
one game, yeah.
I know he's gonna cut. I know he's willing to give that ball because
Oh, for
they
sure.
did a back door with him and Tommy, and I'm
Yeah,
like, damn.
and
we
you
did
called
that-
it out, and you was like, we did
that
that all
100
season.
times,
Yeah.
like over and over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All right. Well,
We got
all
one
have
more.
everybody
Steve,
has different
bench and
opinions on
Shane.
that. Yeah.
no offense to Shane.
We'll wait
I
till the
know
last
you're a
one.
hoop
Then we'll
gang.
see what the chat's saying.
All right. Next one. Next one.
Next one.
Last.
Let's go to the next one.
This
Get
is
me
the
out of
last one.
conversation.
This is the last graphic.
one. We've got start, bench, or cut. You're
This is
going
tough off of
Nixon,
week 1.
Tremaine, or Dante.
All right. For me, this is easy.
Really?
Yeah.
Who you got?
I'm starting Tay.
Okay.
I'm benching Nixon, and I'm cutting Jermaine.
This is off of week 1.
I would probably say the same.
Yeah.
Based off of week 1, I would probably say the same.
Yeah.
You're definitely
we
starting
know,
Dante.
We know Maine's a great
yeah.
player.
I
It
feel
just
like
he
everybody's
did
starting
struggle
Dante.
a little bit in his first game.
He
It,
did.
it
Yeah,
wasn't
he
the
did.
Maine that we expected.
Yeah.
But we know that's going to come out, but based off of week 1, that's what I got to go with.
Yeah. I'm going to go Dante start.
Mhm.
Even though I feel like Dante could have got his players more involved.
He had 7 assists.
You need more?
He had 7 assists. That's a lot.
Could have had more.
Dude,
That's a lot.
that's fucking.
Could have had more. What did he shoot?
17 attempts, I believe, is what Saw said.
Yeah, that's high.
That's fine.
Well, off of what? He had 21 points, right?
Yeah.
21 points.
21 points.
He shot.
I think Tay could be a double-double guy.
He
I
shot
think he could get 10 assists.
6 for
He
17.
can, but you also, to get the assist, you guys have to finish your layups. You guys got to finish your shots. Not everybody was on that team. Martians were struggling.
Tay could be he can be a 18-10, 20-10 type of guy. I think he can really like move, and that I think a lot of the Martians role players rely on like, if you want me to play defense, give me the ball. Let me at least put a shot up. Let me put a couple shots up. Like, I may not make them all. I'm gonna play defense for you. Like, then you start getting the shots. Maybe they're not making them.
Yeah.
They still putting the shots up, you know, and they're still feeling more comfortable to play defense. And I think
Are you giving Tay like the third rookie of the year candidate? If you're saying that's what he's gonna be.
It's hard, man. Marcus
It's
set a
hard,
record.
Marcus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sean had 20.
I'm not
Fessy
saying
had
he's gonna
26.
win it. I'm just saying
Even-
as a
that's
candidate.
that's a-
As a candidate.
even
Sean,
with
you
Marcus
know, we
and
have a lot
Sean
of-
doing what they like the 6
I mean,
points.
Fessy had the high as a rookie,
Yeah.
and he only took 3 shots in
What
the
if-
first
How many
half.
games is he showing? And I think it matters on like
He's-
Dante's gonna be there every
As
Sunday.
far as I know, Fessy has
25.
no obligations throughout the season.
Okay,
As far as I know.
Fessy's a high candidate because Fessy is gonna get.
He
his
is the
buckets.
only
Yeah.
number 1
He's-
pick out of
bro,
all the
he's
rookies.
fucking-
No,
yeah.
Sean.
He's
Oh,
fucking.
yeah. That's right, Sean.
Sean went number 2. Yeah,
He's fucking huge.
Sean
Literally,
has to score.
If he decided to catch the rebound and go full court, I don't think nobody is putting
Tay
their
and
body.
Fessy are definitely up there.
Yeah.
Both of them for like. I mean, Fessy might even be up for MVP.
So
if
you
he
would
really
say top
keeps-
3 is Fessy, Tay, and Sean.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
You gotta put
for
Marcus in there.
rookies,
Mo-
All based off.
You gotta put Marcus and you gotta put Bouncy in there. Come on now.
Yeah, there's
Oh, I forgot.
There's a
about
lot,
Oh,
bro.
there-
There's a
there's
lot.
so much
You gotta put
talent.
Bouncy in
And
there.
we haven't even seen Alex's name too.
Alex
he played
Centeno.
great in
He
the
played great.
scrimmages.
Y'all haven't
Yeah.
even seen Rahil.
Rahil.
Rahil's good.
You got
Come
anybody
on.
on the Makos?
Okay, can we start bench or cut before we keep moving
I
on?
said-
I
I
know
said mine,
you and I
yeah.
did. Start
Alright.
bench or cut. Tay, Maine,
You
Nixon.
said you're starting Tay.
Tay, Nixon, Maine.
Okay,
Tay,
same as
Nixon's
us.
The same. I'm gonna switch it. I'm gonna go Tay, but I'm a bench Maine. I'm a cut Nixon.
Why? 'Cause
Why?
You feel like he didn't play to the number. He was
No,
a
he-
first round pick too.
He scored.
was.
He scored amount. He scored the
What did he
amount.
score?
I think it was 21, something like 21.
21.
Off of how many attempts?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's taking the attempts, so by default, some of those shots are gonna go in, and you're gonna have the most from your team if you're shooting the most.
Right.
That's not true for me. I shot the most, and I didn't have the most.
If we're going based off of week 1, I'm going Maine. They both, even though Nixon scored the most efficiently, scoring wise, they were kind of both the same because I don't think Maine took as much shot, that amount of shots.
He
But
didn't
they
have the
both
ball. He
almost
also
shot
didn't
the
play
same.
as much, and he also turned the ball over a lot to the point where Tone didn't trust him in the game and had to sub him out. So they played in 2 different levels.
Yeah.
It was very
Yeah.
very much a different game that those two played.
I would just switch it, and I would go Tay. Well, I'll take. I'll go Tay, Maine off the bench. We got our guy Nixon. Cut. Shout out Nixon. Though.
All right.
He's playing like the Ghost, the
So-
Dragons MVP, bro.
So 3 are the same, and then you're the only one that's different. Okay.
I think
Got-
Maine's gonna be good. He's young.
Yeah.
He'd be good. I even said
For
it in my
18,
comment.
I
bro,
think
like
that-
it's good.
I think he's going to be inconsistent. I think he's going to have a couple of
young.
games where he's going to be good, but I think that although he's talented, the age is going to be hard to adjust. The thing
We
that
saw it with Dame too.
the thing that Dame
Yeah.
had the advantage with is the fact that he was like 6'3", 6'4",
Mhm.
and in that time was really big for the league. Maine being like a normal sized guy, 6 foot, 6'1", being that the youngest guy by far, playing against, I mean, Sean's 47, Shane's 44. These guys are smart.
Yeah, they have.
They
the
know how to
experience,
play
yeah.
basketball. It's not going to be as easy, although he's probably more athletic than a good amount of the guys in this league. He's not going to have the IQ that they're going to have, and that's
that's true.
the gap. But I think that after a season in here, he's going to grow a tremendous amount, especially being with Coach Tone again.
Yeah.
I think he's going to grow a lot, and we're going to see his sophomore season. He could go for like an MIP kind of case.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's gonna be. He's just younger now. I think as soon as he gets the feel for the game more, like we're playing with older guys, because it's a difference.
Yep.
You play with
Yeah.
high IQ players, especially against the Mambas. They have high IQ players.
Yep.
Like, they're always gonna have, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta adjust to it. I think he took a lot of shots, like on Sean on the fast break. He took a pull up mid range on the tallest player in the league, basically. Like, you know, you just gotta play smarter. He's gonna be good though.
This just in, Saw said Maine was also sick.
Okay.
So that's another.
That
added
makes a
little-
difference, too.
Yeah, that adds to it.
Did
Saw what happened with
we,
Phil.
did we get any crazy star bencher cuts in the chat?
Not that I saw. I've
No.
got to take a pee break.
All right, go ahead.
Here,
Take a
let me
pee
go.
break.
Go ahead. What's the next? Can we continue though?
Yeah, yeah,
Want us to
yeah.
Continue
So-
You got the buttons right here. Game 1 right there. If you want to get into it, I'll give my prediction.
for the predictions. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. I already went over it, so go over it again. God, this is embarrassing trying to get out. There you go. All
You're
right.
trying to get clipped, Mike.
Yeah, man. Nobody get me. Trying to get me.
It's those pants, dude.
It's
Yeah,
the
well, let's
table.
figure out how to work this out. All right. So this segment right here,
Talk
We-
to us.
we call it Inside the Ref Chat. So basically, we're going to talk about everything that happened in the ref chat.
Together, man. Refs gotta get their shit together.
The main big thing was delay a game. Before I start, as a ref in that game with Yusuf, I'm going to apologize.
Yo,
Son,
for those of
who
you
the
that did not hear that, Mike just took the
Yo.
Mike just took the biggest fart I've
Whoa.
ever heard. We heard it through the wall.
Let us know if you heard that. They heard it?
Chris said, God. Mike, that was graceful. Yeah, Mike, come on, bro. They heard that through the wall.
Oh my god! Not even the chat heard that, man.
Come on,
It's
this
crazy.
thing.
Woo! I can smell it from here. Fuck! Oh my god!
But nah.
We having me curse kids in the stand. I'm out here cursing like crazy, man.
But nah. I'm going to apologize for, my behalf on the ref in game
You didn't call a
5.
couple fouls. Come on, man. I was on
Nah,
you, bro.
that's the regular basis.
That's
the
why I
regular
went up to you
basis.
that one. When I got the N1. I don't even think you called that. Someone else, another.
Oh, no,
ref
when
called
you
it.
came, it was like,
Yeah, you didn't even call that
didn't
one.
call-
I know you didn't.
I was smiling. I was like,
That's why I went up to him.
Yeah,
I'm like,
you're
you're
like-
not calling shit.
But nah.
Standing there like,
Yeah, good job. Good job, other ref.
Best ref in the chat, baby. But apology to Yusuf for the technical foul getting you kicked out. Now I know delay a game is a team foul and not personal foul. So I think that foul doesn't go towards your technical foul for the amount of season.
Yeah, it was the cat that made the fart. Yeah,
It was a big ass cat.
Gonna make my life a little easier. You just stayed on you guys the whole time. All right, that's good.
no, you can keep it.
We're gonna go into the segment inside the ref chat. Now, mainly the big issue in the ref chat was the delay a game rule. Mike kind of went over it a little bit earlier, but the rule is for delay a game. The rule delay a game is when a player or team intentionally stalls the game. All right. Now, when that happens,
You're not saying that about us, right?
no.
No, it was our
Shitty
game.
booty
It was
Mike.
our
That's
game.
what Dre said at the comments. That's my new nickname. Dre, I'll put you on the commentary.
But all right, now from our lead ref, Sauce, made it very clear in the ref chat that a couple of pointers for the delay of game. Clear warning is given and has to be given and communicated to that player, their captains, and the head ref. Now that head ref, after receiving the call from a ref, goes and lets the scores table know, and both captains.
Yeah, I was not informed at all about.
Oh, neither was
anything.
I.
Yeah,
Neither was
I was so confused about what was happening in that situation
Yeah.
that I just completely ignored it and was just like, whatever happens, happens. I'm just gonna keep playing. But it should have been communicated to everybody what was happening.
There was a lot of mess ups during that game, huh?
It was.
There
yeah,
was
a lot
quite-
of issues,
and-
but it's week 1.
And you got
It's quite a few
Yusuf
week
didn't
one.
make it didn't make it any easier by yelling and
No.
When-
Look, okay, he was still in the wrong for
Yeah.
what he did, but that still doesn't. We can't ignore the call that was made, regardless of how he
You
acted.
also can't ignore the bias towards him. And I obviously he's on my team, but it's an obvious bias. Your 8-second call was correct.
Yeah.
It was 9 seconds. It is what it is. The other 8 seconds, and I get that it's hard in time. It was exactly at 8 seconds as he was crossing the half. It got called. I get in time. His time can be a little bit off. It is what it is. It's the immediate. He shoots the ball, delay a game warning. When earlier that day, whistle's blown, Tone shoots a layup. Other guys shoot they shoot shots after the whistle's blown, but there's more of a tolerance for it because it's not Yusuf.
Yeah.
He shot a half-court shot, though.
I get that. It's a stupid shot, and I don't agree.
It was like 8 seconds. He's like, all right, bet.
I don't agree with him doing it. I'm saying that in general, if we're going to call this, I think we should call it and make it like I called it when Chief hit the shot, he smacked the ball against the wall. I called delay of game. That's the typical call. If you shoot the ball after the whistle's blown unnecessarily, it should be a delay game based on the rule. I just think we should keep it universal so it's not like, oh, well, he shot it, but he's a nice guy, so I'm not going to call it. I think we just need to keep it. It is what it is.
Yeah, that goes for
it's
everybody.
just matter of fact. You shoot the ball after the whistle's blown, it's a delay game warning. We go about the protocol as it is. Just so it's the same and it's not just like, oh, well, Yusuf shot this one, so I got to call it on him.
Yeah.
Or somebody else that we don't like, I got to call it on this guy. Like, let's keep it universal.
Yeah, whoever does
Yeah, you
this,
shoot
it's
the
just going to
ball.
happen the same
He
result.
was on the opposite end of the court.
And the protocol, we're going to continue.
No,
the
he was at the half court. It was a stupid. Yusuf knows and he takes accountability for it. I don't know if he's in the chat. I've spoken to him many times. He takes accountability for the way that he reacted, and I explained to him that I didn't stick up for him in the moment because of the way that he acted. And whether I was right or wrong, I had no proof in the moment of the delay of game rule, if they gave him a warning, anything of the sorts. And the way that he acted, I wanted him out of the game as well because there was no need to act like that to slam the bench. And that goes for any player. There's no need to act like that. But moving forward, the delay of game just has to be more clear so that we have a standard for it. That's my whole argument with it. It's just, and I think everybody agrees. We have a standard for a delay game. This is what it is. Let's call it the same amongst everybody.
You gotta understand, we're playing running clock. So any time that you're wasting, and I feel like mainly with the refs. In my opinion, I feel like if the refs are gonna huddle up, like we should try to keep it under 15 seconds. I feel like even 15 seconds is too much.
Yeah, 15 seconds
like,
is
there's
a lot of time.
There's like 45 seconds being run off, and you guys are still chatting. And it's a lot of the players also coming in and trying to like, hey, what? It's like you're not giving the refs time. And then they come back and complain about clock running off. It's because you're not giving the refs time to actually like talk about it.
Yeah,
Y'all gotta tell them
there's
though,
a
like,
lot
yo,
going on.
literally,
go
dude.
over there.
It's on
I agree.
it's on the refs though to take control.
Go
Like,
over there. We're figuring this out, and that way the game goes
Yes.
like this. So stop talking to me. All right,
Yeah.
we're gonna do this. All right, come on, let's go.
It's
'Cause that time matters.
Yeah,
It
does.
does. It does matter for sure.
Comes down. It comes
But
down.
it's on the refs to take control of situations. Like when I was filming Game 3, Mike Parker and Nacho were going at it. I told you got to approach the situation now before it gets out of hand.
Yeah.
And you kind of timidly approached it, but like at a certain point, hey, you guys touch each other. Next time it's a foul.
Yeah, no, I warned him.
Yeah, and
I did.
but that's
Yeah.
the way we have to approach it
Yeah.
as a ref to keep the game flowing.
I just thought it was fun.
and to keep and it was, and it didn't really matter in that game,
Yeah.
but that could lead to more shit down the line.
For sure.
So like those are the things as a ref you got to look out for, making sure that we're alleviating those issues as early as possible and staying on track as far as time and everything like that. I'm thinking as an owner, we got to get out of the gym at 3:00.
Yeah.
And the refs kind of have to think that way too. We got to be fast with our decisions. We got to be fast with subs. We got to be fast with getting the guys to the line for free throws. Guys are walking, taking 15 seconds to get to the line.
Yeah.
I took out as many free throws as I could in the game for a reason.
Should we time free throws?
It's
15
another. It's
15
another
seconds.
thing that like
15 is too long.
Too long?
10 seconds.
Isn't it
What do you
10
mean
seconds in
second?
NBA?
yeah,
Yeah.
Big Bird.
10
How
seconds
many
you-
seconds did he take in this free
Bro,
throw?
how
Literally,
many
dude.
seconds do you need to shoot a free throw? Like you're sitting there, you're like, all right,
Nah,
one dribble, 1 second.
dudes like to walk to the half court,
He did a whole prayer.
take a break
Nah,
there, and then
nah,
walk
nah.
down to the free throw line.
That's too much, bro.
But for the
To the line
delay
and fucking
game,
shoot the
if
free
you are a ref and you happen to have to blow a whistle for a delay of game, that player receives a team technical foul. So it's not a personal foul, a technical foul where that player receives another personal and they're kicked out the way Yusuf was. So by default, last week, technically he only had one tech,
Yes.
so he should have still played. So
personal tech.
personal
Yes.
tech,
But
yes.
Yusuf, if you play not so sporadic, you drop 35 points, your team wins. Now you're maybe coming as the best player in the league.
I-
this
also
time,
the
like-
thing is
that's
he was
how he
upset
plays.
because he knew the rule and he knew that they were wrong,
Yeah.
but he just didn't explain it. And
Yeah.
instead he chose to yell. And that's where like if he would have just said to me, "Hey, they're wrong. This is the rule, yada yada yada," I could have then calmly said the same thing. Sauce would have taken out his phone. Instead, we fought for 5 minutes. He yelled for 5 minutes.
That took
I
way too
wanted,
much
yeah,
time.
I
Yeah.
wanted it
That
to
really
be
did take
done,
way too
and I was
much
like, dude,
time.
just get out of the game and let's get this thing going.
Yeah.
So
Yusuf, your
it's
team
on
needs
Yusuf
you.
at that time. He knows that. We talked about it. If it goes again and something else happens, then you got to do what you got to do. But as far as the late game goes, team tech, not a personal tech. It's the same as a 4-second.
All right.
Be there for your team, Yusuf. They need you.
No. That's the lay of game. Now, I saw Luke said he wanted us to talk about like the charging, like taking charge. In my opinion, when it comes to taking charge, I don't think the player has to fall. I just feel like if you're on the defense, you have to be set, which means no part of your
I
body
know
is
exactly
moving.
what play he's complaining about too,
What
where
is?
he got called a blocking foul instead of a charge, but because he didn't fall, he said,
Oh,
"Do
yeah,
I have
remember,
to?"
I remember him calling.
He said, "Do I
yelling that,
have
yeah.
to fall to get the call?" But he still got there late. I saw
Yeah.
it too. So regardless of that happening,
so-
he still got there late.
And I don't want to be technical because I don't know off top the exact verbiage, but you have to beat the offensive player to the spot.
Yep.
So before they gather the ball, if the offensive player gathers and you're still moving, then it's a defensive foul.
Blocking.
Yes, if blocking foul. If they are still in their motion before they gather and you get to the spot, your body can be moving, but your shoulders have to be square and stationary in front of the offensive player, and that would be a charge. I'm pretty sure that's correct. Somebody can look it up on Google and put it in there. But you have to beat them to the spot as far as your body goes before they gather.
They said you don't have to be set.
You don't have to be set.
Yeah.
Your shoulders have to be square. Your body has to be in defensive position, beating them to a spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the offensive player literally has to run through you. If
But by default, I'm calling a block. And that's just by default, I'm giving the offensive player that call. And I know some refs do it the opposite way. But there's a lot of times where you're screwing over an offensive player because you're not seeing the fact that shot doc is moving forward, even though his hands are up, or somebody slid a little bit. So to me, if I'm not 100% certain it's a charge, I'm going block.
yeah.
100%.
Can I interrupt you guys?
Please.
Shout out Darvis because he's in the chat right now.
Shout out to
Darvish.
Darvish.
Shout out
I
Darvish.
think that was important
Let's
interruption.
go. Thank you. Thank you.
Darvish, stop calling me Pitbull. Man.
But yeah, that's it on charge. I don't know. Hopefully we answered it for you. Luke.
Yeah, still.
Yeah, Sauce
still,
said it's just easiest to spot a charge when a defender is set, and that is true.
for
Yeah.
sure.
It takes away any of the gray area, and make sure that you are above that last hash outside of the paint. Below the last hash of the free throw line, or the paint area, inside the paint is the restricted zone in CeleNation. So make sure you're out of that area if you want to charge. And
And
for refs, if they're in that area, it's a block.
You told him what that area is?
I tried to explain it. I'm an idiot, but I tried to. Below the low hash, inside the paint.
There is 2 lines on each side of the paint. The last 2 lines on each side of the paint. If
I need
you
a
are
graphic
below
for
there,
this.
The kid, bro, he's cracking me up.
if you are what he said.
He said, "How have you felt with your modeling career taking off?" To me, what modeling career are you talking about? You're
We're not-
ridiculous.
if you guys are below that 2 lines in the paint, it's automatically a block. You can't take a charge, literally, because that's literally underneath the basket.
Yeah, it got to be
Yeah.
at least a little out.
Just
you gotta
flop
be out.
every time and we'll call it.
I won't.
You know I'm not. And people are going to jump up
If you
pissed,
don't
but
flop,
it
you're
is
not
what it
getting the
is.
call. That's
All right.
it.
We're
They
good
hurt.
on reffing.
Yes.
I think the reffing overall was pretty good.
Yeah, I think so.
it was
I
good.
think it was pretty good. There's obviously like those two, but the delay game situation was so random that it's never happened. So like none of us were prepared for that. And then the scoreboard situation is not a reffing thing. That's a
Yeah.
scoreboard thing. It's 2 different things. I can't really blame the refs for that. So we move on. Game 1.
One
Oh,
thing
sorry.
about the refs, just blow your whistle. There's
Yeah,
sometimes where I don't even
please.
hear the whistle. It's like
Apparently,
the whistle!
compared to Luke and Sauce, we did not clear up anything. So that's
With what?
they're
What?
saying. He said you can't say that. You want us to be consistent and say you're going to make the call one way and be okay with the refs calling it differently. You guys didn't clear up anything. LOL. That's what Luke
For a
said.
block or a charge, if your shoulders are square and you beat the defender to the spot, it's a charge. It's easier to call that if your feet are set. If not, you're moving forward, backward, bracing for impact. side to side, any kind of way, if you're moving your body at all, it is a blocking foul. For me personally, as a ref, I'm deferring to a blocking. I was very clear about that.
Yep.
I'm deferring to a blocking call 9 times out of 10. If you're not entirely, your feet are set, beat them to the spot outside of the restricted zone. If there's anything more you guys need me to clear up, please feel free. I feel like that's pretty clear,
Yeah,
but there we are.
we're good. Okay, next.
Luke said that's wrong, and also
It's all right.
but
We won't agree with him. Anyway.
But
I
it's
don't know
not.
who this is. I think I know. He said, "My bad, Alex." I think. Who just said that? I can't tell.
Oh
who's-
no, that's Raheel.
Yeah, Raheel. No, is it Raheel?
I thought it was
No,
Mo.
all right, Luke,
No, that's
we'll,
Mo. That's Mo.
We'll get.
No offense,
My
Mo.
bad, Alex.
Just blow
We'll
your
get to the
whistle, bro.
bottom.
He'd be like, I blew my. I'm like, bro, nobody heard you. It's loud in here at
Literally
9
did,
o'clock in the morning, and my adrenaline's rushing. Like I didn't hear you.
It's you guys are saying that you have to determine whether a charge is being called or a block. It's not easy for NBA refs to do it without replay. It's not like the easiest thing to determine bang bang. So to me, the easiest thing is set your feet, beat them to the spot.
Yeah.
You're gonna get some of these other
Darkness.
calls. I know, Sauce, you slant towards the charge because you like taking charges. So when you're reffing, you tend to call more charges. I'm the opposite way. There's no real middle ground with that outside of the shoulders need to be set in front of the offensive player. That's the way that I have read the rules myself. I'm talking to myself at this point, Sauce, but that's the way that I've read it. Your shoulders have to be set in defensive position, beating the offensive player to the spot. We're on this topic for way too long. We can say this for the ref chat. If it really needs to be spoke about more, we can talk about it in the Facebook group.
Refs do better,
the
man.
Darvis and Stromboli beef is still going strong, guys.
2025, baby.
Stromboli is
All right,
Luke.
let's talk about game one. We're at an hour and a half. Let's talk about game one.
week two. Week two predictions. First game of the week. We've got the Mambas taking on the Goblins. Both teams coming off a win.
I got Goblins.
I don't know, man.
Somebody has to lose.
I got the Moblins.
You got the Moblins?
The mob.
You
Yep.
got the Moblins.
The Moblins.
Okay. All right. What are you thinking?
No. What is that? No, we just gonna skip over
The
the
Moblins?
I can say the same thing. I'm like, yeah, I got the Moblins. Nobody knows what that means.
I got
Cheddars.
the Mambas. I
The
got
Mambas.
the Mambas for sure. Yeah, I got the Mambas.
Mamas.
Makes the most sense to say that, but
It's not that it makes the most sense. I would prefer you guys win because they're in our conference.
Yeah.
But you guys allowed me to get at least 10 fast break layups, completely uncontested, completely stopped, and I'm not fast. What the hell are you going to do with Tommy leaking out? That's their whole offense.
hey man,
He had 37 points last week.
listen, that was our game plan. Say give them open layups so they miss eventually, and you guys did. So
I don't know what your game
No,
plan.
it wasn't
I think,
my-
I think
it
you guys
wasn't my
played.
game plan at
I think you
all.
guys played horrendous transition defense.
no,
and the Mambas are gonna
that's been.
hurt.
I'm not gonna lie, that has been our biggest struggle, and I've said that so many times. I'm like, guys, we have to get back on defense. When the ball goes, I was like, I only want one, maybe two people rebounding at this point because it's more important for us to get back than even get the rebound at this
Yeah.
point. I made that so clear in my huddle at least 3 different times now. Hopefully it clicks. I think it will. Once we get that situated, it's going to be a lot better for us, but that has been our biggest weakness is getting back on defense. So I agree. That is going to be something we really have to put emphasis on this game.
If you don't, you're gonna lose.
Yes,
By a lot.
100%. We
Yeah.
especially this team. This
Yeah.
team
By
is
a
going to
lot.
gonna do that even more. So
They're
gonna have to.
still complaining about the. I never said it's when the feet are completely still. I agree with
Still
on
Sauce.
this?
They're
Still
still
on
on this.
Bro.
These two are
Tell
still
them
on
you'll
it.
text them.
No,
Who
it's
is it,
just it's Luke and Sauce. I never said that it's only when your feet are still. I said what Sauce said. It's easier to make the call when your feet are still. I explicitly said it's when they beat the defender, or when they beat the offensive player to the spot before the gather. That is correct. There is no that's not correct. That's correct. They have to have defensive position, shoulders squared,
Yep.
before the offensive player picks up the ball to get into their move. That's correct. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about that. That's how the rule goes. I don't see what the confusion is on that part. I've been very clear about that. I'm saying for me personally, it's easier if the defender's already there, or I'm going to slant in favor of the offensive player. just like the
Yeah,
NFL.
we don't need to spend any more time on
No,
this. In the
it's-
ref chat. Well, yeah, we're gonna move it to
But
the
I
ref
feel like
chat.
that's pretty straightforward.
We'll discuss it in the ref chat, and then we'll discuss it on here.
But if they're having questions in the comments, I don't want other people to be
This
confused.
is a long
Yeah.
pod.
It's not
We've
that
already
hard.
been going for an hour and a half, so yeah, a long podcast.
We're
All
going
right,
crazy
Eric, who
right
do
now.
you got?
I've got the.
The
You
Moblins.
picked?
No, you didn't pick yet, right?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead and pick. Let me think about this.
Okay, Mambas or Goblins? It's a tough one.
I'm not here, bro.
I just realized
It's a
I
tough.
fucking-
To base it without the Goblins having Spank, I think that makes a big difference because Spank, he sat in the paint.
He'll spank you.
Bro, he's a strong.
I didn't say
You don't have
Strong. We did not have Spank last week.
Oh, but you
we
are
do
you
this
are
week.
okay.
Yeah, you didn't
We
have
may
Spank.
we may not have somebody, but I'm not gonna say.
Oh, you'll tell us off air.
I
Okay.
will.
Yeah.
I will.
Okay.
Well, how will I
I'll
make my
text back.
prediction?
And for the Mambas, I think it depends on how Tommy plays. So
I feel like Tommy's their leading scorer. Like he has to be.
Both
The one
teams have
each
momentum
time.
because they won.
yeah.
So that is
Yeah.
a
That's
factor.
tough to pick, and you guys didn't have Spank, so it's kind of and you beat the Dogs, but there was some, Mike says there's some controversial calls, but
I mean, there is. We had a whole segment about it.
I'm going just to not to be on it more. I'm gonna go off of experience. I'm gonna go Mambas.
Yep. I already knew that.
You
was
could
an
say
answer.
age,
Age, experience,
wisdom.
wisdom.
Yeah.
The Yoda versus the Luke Skywalkers.
But
You're
with
not
no
Luke.
Spank, it makes a difference because I feel like Spank's gonna maybe put some.
It depends what Spank's gonna play. It depends how he's
Spank's
gonna
gonna spank him.
Mike said the same thing, and I told him don't say that anymore.
Well, I said it again.
play. All right,
I think
Eric,
that
go
was a fair
ahead.
assessment.
We got to move through these a
I'm
little
not gonna
quick.
lie. I'm gonna go Goblins. And the reason why I'm saying Goblins, I'm going based off of the supporting cast, and I'm more confident that your guys are gonna show up, like the Goblins are gonna show up, supporting cast, than the Mambas. Now for the Mambas, I definitely know Christian Cruz is definitely a person you definitely have to keep your eyes on for sure.
Hey, that's 7 points.
Pat, I
Yeah.
saw the same thing.
But
You put the logos.
Yeah.
over
Those
on
7
the
points from
rosters.
Christian Cruz
That's
don't
okay.
be nothing.
So based off the graphics, I'm going Goblins. But based off the actual team, I'm going Mambas.
yeah, I'm going Goblins. I'm going Goblins on their actual team, based off of the supporting cast. I'm more confident in
Oh my God.
JPP and Ish, Omar, and Gino.
We need Darvis on this podcast.
Yeah.
Mamba's gonna beat the hell out of the Goblins because of weekly trash. Dom Johnson gonna shoot the Goblins out.
You made a mistake making that comment. I'll
Second
tell you
half.
that. Dom's gonna
Listen,
turn up.
Dom,
now.
Yeah, I'm
Dom-
going Goblins,
Dom's
man.
gonna turn
Goblins
up. Now
coming through.
Dom's definitely gonna turn up after
Dom
that.
knows
comment.
what he needs to do.
I'm screenshotting it and sending it to him.
I
feel
think
like
he
this-
knows. He's got to get Darvis
knows.
as your coach. I get
This
it.
game, Dom's gonna turn up. It's Juan. The whole season, it's gonna be Juan, bro. Dom's gonna need that guy to tag along with him, and I feel like Juan is capable. He showed it week 1, and I had a lot of faith in him before the season. I feel like this is gonna be a year where Juan takes off, where he's playing that first round pick when you first drafted him, when he first tried out, and we were super hyped. I feel like this is that season for him,
All right,
especially with Dom. So
Game
I'm going
2.
Goblins.
game 2.
Game 2. We got the Makos taking on the Dragons. Dragons looking for their first win. The Makos looking to keep their winning streak alive. Want to know?
It depends on if we figure out the block charge call. If not, I might have to go Dragons. I got Makos.
Yeah, Makos. What you got, Alex?
Makos versus Dragons.
Yeah,
Makos.
yeah.
Please shock us, Dragons.
I got the
Please.
Makos. The Makos are well put together with how Luke put his team together. I think.
As long as 1v1 shows up on time.
Even without 1v1, I think
Yeah, they'll have a better start.
you got.
Yeah.
We
It was
seen
a slow start,
We've
but-
seen a slow start from Sway, but we're not going to see it a lot. And I
No.
Especially he's newlywed.
Oh yeah, he's motivated.
even without 1v1, I
He's
think
ready to go.
Sway didn't really show his full potential the full game, but everybody knows what Sway can do. And I
He
feel
he
like
took a back seat to start, and then
I-
once he realized he had to be more aggressive, he was, and those shots were
yeah,
falling
even
the way
Fritz,
he usually
I feel like
gets to the
Fritz
basket.
didn't really show what he can really do.
I don't think he got the
offensively.
opportunities as much.
Yeah, he won't on this team,
Yeah.
but he needs the opportunities that he does get. He needs to.
He has to be
Yeah.
efficient. He's gonna
Yeah.
have to be
yeah,
efficient.
you're gonna have to be efficient.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna go Makos. I think the Dragons have a lot to not prove, but they have a lot to like
Figure out.
figure out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Makos too. Definitely. I get what you're saying about Sway not like being so aggressively on the like offense side, but I feel like it's because like he's so confident in the rest of his team, like his teammates, that like he doesn't feel like season 4, for example.
Nah, you got to be him.
Yeah.
You gotta want to lead your team.
Yeah, he's the
Yeah.
guy. He's
But
their number 1 pick.
Yeah.
But I feel like Sway
Sway
has
was,
multiple
like,
ways
third
of
pick,
leading.
fourth
Though.
pick. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
He like
But-
he loves to pass. Like as much as Sway scores in the paint, he would literally drive to the paint, and he's always looking.
Yeah,
If
you're right.
if they crash, he will pass that ball
Yeah,
out
being
to the
a
corner. and
leader,
that's
you're
why
gonna have to learn how to take the back seat when you know it's the right time.
you gotta
do
know.
so.
You gotta
Yeah.
you gotta be able to make your team around you better, and that's what Sway. That's what I love about Sway, and also I'm seeing from Nacho too. That's what I love about him. Like they know how to like use their team around them. That's why you see Anderson Roberts 4 threes, 5 threes, is kickouts.
Yeah.
Like people are gonna crash and pay attention to when Sway drives to the
Drives
paint
to the
because
paint.
like they know
You're
he's
drawing,
fucking
yeah.
unstoppable.
So
in there.
Fritz, the
Yeah.
Andersons,
But
they're gonna have to
he
score.
also knows that, so he's gonna kick it out. And when you have that, it's unstoppable. The team becomes unstoppable. You're not just unstoppable; your team becomes unstoppable. And that's what I love about him.
Game 3.
Game 3,
Game 3.
we got the Dogs taking on the Ravens. It's a matchup we've been having since what, season 1?
Season 1. It's the
one.
first
How
game
is-
ever.
How is Fell feeling?
I think he's over the flu. He should be, right? Let us know, Sauce.
That
Is
makes
this
a
gonna be
big
his
difference.
first
Yeah.
official game back where he's fully?
Is he going to be strapped
Ready?
up with the camera? I don't know.
Yeah, is he gonna have the camera on his chest?
Yeah.
Who knows?
That makes a difference.
It
I
does.
think the Dogs. I think for Yusuf, he really needs to not play so like dramatic. I think he needs, if he really like locked in,
Yeah.
it'll be a problem. But when you start throwing now the refs don't like you. Now I think one time in scrimmage he made a shot and he was like, "Fuck everybody." I'm
Yeah,
like,
no. At the end of the game,
I'm like, bro.
I
okay.
tried to dap up Yusuf. I said, "Good game." He said, "Fuck no, no
Literally.
friends this
Yeah.
season."
Okay.
Literally.
And I was
Yeah.
like, "Here we go."
In all fairness, he didn't say a word on the bench for us either. So, like,
If he locks in, it changes the Dogs' game plan. And you guys got to get Fessy in more because there's a lot of position.
I would have.
I'm unlocking the sauce. Hold on, I'm gonna
I would
start
have
talking.
Fessy
I
start
forgot
the
I'm playing
game,
this season.
get his rhythm going, and then from there,
You
So-
got to get Fessy going, and you got to get Fessy going
Yeah.
to the paint. I know he hit some threes, but like you just said, with only being like 4 or 5 big guys, not too many guys are stopping the big guys.
Take advantage of that for sure.
So take advantage of it. You shouldn't be shooting threes. You should be attacking because
Literally.
he's 6'5". He's like a tank moving. He's
Yeah.
a tight end, D1 tight end.
Literally.
Go to the
Yeah.
paint.
All American.
Nobody is stopping you.
All-American
He's a real
tight end.
athlete out here.
I played against me. Fessy
Crazy
went to my
athlete, yeah.
rival high school. Actually, fun fact: we played against each other in high school. That's how I know Fessy. We played against each other in high school, and he was a menace in the paint.
Yeah,
Menace. I don't even think he took a 3. So for him, he needs to just attack the paint.
yeah.
He probably would have 50. He probably would have 50. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Didn't he go? I think he went 2 for 2 from 3-point line. No,
I get
he
it,
made his first one.
but what's
He's more dangerous in
Yeah,
the paint.
come
yeah,
on.
definitely. Yeah.
look at all the
That
plays
dude's-
that he had going to the basket. It was
Bro.
like a layup. Like nobody was stopping him.
Yeah,
But the
literally.
3, it's like 50-50. Are you gonna make it or are you not gonna make it? bro?
Literally.
All right.
Who'd you go with?
No one went with anyone.
Oh,
I think the Dogs are gonna get their first win.
the Dogs. Okay.
Yeah.
You agree?
I'm going Dogs. Yeah, I'm going with Dogs.
As long as Yusuf's in the whole game,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
gonna. If he checks out again and gets ejected again,
He
Ravens, but he won't.
He won't.
I don't
agree.
think he will.
I agree. The Dogs. I'm going to Dogs. So we got a clean sweep on the podcast.
Yeah.
The Dogs.
Yeah.
You didn't even ask me.
Dogs.
You don't have to
No.
ask
Come on, bro.
the Dogs captain.
What's the next
if,
game?
if he's choosing his own
How,
team.
how
or
much
not.
do you think you're going to win by? Let's ask you that.
I don't know. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's always competitive.
Okay.
It is gonna be a close game. I think it's gonna
Shout
be
out Sauce.
Yeah.
You think it's going to be low scoring?
Figure
Like
out
the
Dre
first-
and
like
you
the
guys.
scrimmage?
It won't be a close game.
With defense?
Think about that.
I feel like it's going to be low scoring.
Just
like,
think
like
about
the
that.
first game for you guys.
All right. Next game.
Love
Next
you,
game.
Dre.
We got game 4. We got La Familia taking on the Coyotes.
Yodies.
Start the
Yotes.
game off. I will not be there.
Okay. Okay, that changes things.
First half.
If Tone is in the
you get a whole
chat,
game?
I am actually missing my first Celly Nation game ever.
Why?
I'm going. I had a pre-planned trip for a few months now.
Wow.
Oh, is this
So you're
So
gonna be
missing the
gone
whole game?
completely.
I'm missing the whole game.
Wow.
My first ever Celly Nation game missed.
that changes the whole thing.
Why?
Shout out Familia, baby. Get
Yeah.
down. Get these guys off
Let's
the
go,
top.
Sterling.
Why does it change the
It
game?
does. It does.
Because
No.
you're the MVP.
No.
Not only that, but you're
You guys got to listen.
the best rebounder on the team, which
Yeah.
is huge.
You're
Those
also
second
a-
I
chances-
had 11
also-
rebounds.
But you got to understand, that's a lot.
You had
That's
14.
a lot of points.
You
your
have 15.
Team, that's a lot of points your team have to like make up for.
You guys haven't
That's
even
20,
seen Rahil
25.
Yet, though.
Huh?
You guys haven't seen Rahil
That's
yet.
right. I don't know what Real's gonna do, so I can't even
You
give
haven't
my opinion
seen
on him.
Dallas without Alex. You haven't seen Gene, Nick. You got to understand what the Coyotes have. We have
Yeah.
a bunch of players on our team that they want to prove something in this league.
Yeah.
So if you put that with missing me, they trying to ball. We not. Come on.
Yeah.
You
I
better.
agree.
If they think it's gonna be it's gonna be easy. Come on.
I'm rooting for Familia because you guys are in our conference.
They're just a defense. They're just a defense first team, and I feel like that's gonna put a lot of
They
pressure
have
on
to
your
score
guys.
though. We're a bunch
Yeah.
of two-way
Yeah,
players.
but you gotta think of it like this: Knicks already won a championship. Dallas just won one in another league. They lost their edge. Nick just got in the chat.
Hey, happy belated birthday, Nick.
Shout out Nick. Shout out Nick.
All right, listen. I get what you're saying.
I like your roster, obviously, but I
just
really
think you
want
guys,
Familia to
even
win.
if you take me off, I know we're in the
Yeah.
same conference, but even if you take me off, you have guys that step up that have things that they want to prove. And I think it just comes with just look at how locked. Go back and watch that film and look at our huddle and look how locked in we are. Like
Yeah.
we're not playing this season, so
No, I mean collectively as a team, you guys. Yeah.
there's guys that will step up. Maybe not get.
But hey,
I'ma
let's see
say-
it happen.
I'ma
You know,
say-
this is gonna be a true test for that.
And mind you, week
specifically.
1 we didn't have Raheel or Pat, so
But
we
you-
played a Martians team that had their whole team.
But who was on that? Who was there?
What you mean? Who was there?
Who was their number one pick and was there?
Come
Right.
on.
How many did you score? 20.
I don't even remember, but
26.
26.
Yeah, 26
So that
and
means
15
this game,
rebounds.
I'm gonna go Familia, but if you guys do win, I'm gonna say it's gonna come down to like the final like minute.
It's gonna
like
show
a
how strong
nosebleed.
you are as a team.
I think Alex is gonna cancel his trip and he's gonna show up on Sunday.
Yeah, now he is. Especially he's gonna hear
You
all
guys
this.
don't believe in
he's
my
like,
team.
He's gonna be
cannot
watching
go
it. He's gonna be FaceTiming somebody. He's
my
gonna
team
fly
has been
in.
prepped for this for the last 2 months, so they already knew I was missing this game. And I
Okay.
seen who on the schedule who I was missing against. No offense to La Familia, I think you guys are a great team.
I still got Familia.
I just think my team is really
Yeah.
gonna. What you were just talking about, Ty. You was just talking about Gene.
Yeah.
I'm taking away from them at the end of the day.
But you gotta also understand, like, all right, the number one defender on La Familia by default was guarding you. Now
who
instead
is
of-
it?
Chief or Day Day?
Chief or Day Day. But for example,
Let
now,
'em boys,
But now instead of guarding you and worrying about you, now they go to Dallas. Now they go to Gene. So does Gene get those much opportunities because he's not facing the third best defender,
But
or the
no
fourth
one knows.
best
No
defender?
one even knows how Raheel even plays.
You're right.
That's true.
And
But
that's
if he
no-
comes
but he-
in and drops 25.
But he could be your Achilles Raheel.
Game 5.
How long have you been holding on that one?
I just thought of it.
Did you give your prediction?
I said
I'm
Familia.
going Familia.
Familia? I said
Yeah.
Familia.
So we got a clean Familia.
All right, Panthers versus Martians.
Game of the week.
Yeah, we'll see.
Panthers.
I love that. Marcos is missing his ear. That's my favorite part of this graphic.
What?
It used to happen to me too, and I would do that. He's missing his ear. I love it. Shout out you. Shout out Eric and Laura for making the graphics. Shout out they all look great. Hey, Sauce got me. He's picking up what I'm putting down. He said, "Get out, Mike." All right, Panthers versus Martians.
This is a tough one.
Panthers. Panthers.
For the sake of the viewers, Panthers.
They have the momentum. They have the utmost confidence.
I
to
have
beat
their
the
jersey.
Martians.
I could easily join their team, Panthers.
If Braylon is aggressive in the beginning. It's going to be tough. It's
Not
not
gonna
going to.
lie.
It's going to be a close
Take-
game.
take-
I still see you guys coming out on top,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's.
I
gonna
already
be
told my guys it's going to be a
same
shootout.
result.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's not going to be the same result as against the
No,
Dragons.
definitely.
I'm letting you know
definitely.
that.
It's
right
going to be
now.
a shootout.
He's trying not to lie.
If the whole Martians team show up, you're not gonna get the same Braylon you got week 1.
Oh, yeah, he's got a chip on his shoulder now,
More
for sure.
aggressive
Especially if
Braylon,
you're watching it.
Mhm.
and
I don't know if he watches the podcast.
I don't think he does.
even if he
It's probably
doesn't,
best.
you already know what type of player Braylon is.
Yeah.
He had 21 points, but he averages 35 in the league. What does he average? 34.
It depends. If he's playing me, 50.
But he's
So-
like a 25-30.
I'll put on my Panthers jersey.
He
just
shot
so-
1 for 9 from the 3. I don't
It's
think
never
he's
gonna happen
shot that
again.
ever
No, it's never
in
gonna
his
happen again.
career in
Yeah.
this league. So I think
Never gonna happen.
who you put on him is gonna matter. I'm not.
Mike
even
Mitchell.
gonna
You
solve
got to
it.
put Mike Mitchell on him.
Yeah, don't do that. I would say Bouncy,
Hell yeah.
bro.
They're former teammates. Former
Yeah.
Bandais, season 3 MVP, 6th man of the year. I think you put Mike Mitchell on him. See what happens.
I
Hell
got
yeah.
the. I,
Hell yeah. Let's go.
I
Hell
think
yeah.
Eric, you have a really good team. I think I got the Martians though.
You got the Martians.
All
So I
right,
got 2 Panthers, 1 Martians.
there we go.
Mike?
I already picked the Panthers.
Oh, yeah, you can't. You can.
Yeah.
No.
You're,
No.
all right.
We're going to win by 5.
You're picking the Martians? Okay. 2 Martians.
All right, now for our next 3-hour segment, everybody. We got
For our next 3 hours.
Nothing crazy in the chat. All right, I guess.
the chat's been live today. Shout out
Yeah.
Darvis.
Shout
Shout
out.
out everybody
Hey,
else.
make,
that's
yeah,
in the
make sure you
chat.
guys like, and if you enjoyed it, make sure you subscribe.
Please like, subscribe. Yeah, shout out everybody that has
hey,
subscribed.
Okay,
Let's
look,
try to
there's-
get. Let's try to get.
Let me just say this. There's
What's up?
33 people watching, but only 8 people have liked the video.
Yeah, please go like the
Come on,
video.
guys.
It
Please
helps
like the
the
video.
algorithm.
We're
It
not,
helps
like
we're
the
not
video.
leaving until we
views.
get to 50.
Like the damn video. Thank you.
Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. We appreciate you guys for tuning in every week. Next week
Yes,
we will
sir.
be back. Before we leave, let me know in the comments right now, who do you want to see next week in the podcast? I've got a couple of duos in mind. Let us know who you want to see next week in the podcast. Nobody boring. Let's have some fun, entertaining guests.
Have we ever had Nick on here?
Nick doesn't like the camera. That's the issue. I love Nick, but he's not a big
Come
camera
on,
guy.
Nick
Nick.
on here,
You're
Nick.
always on camera.
The
every
issue is
Sunday.
this. The issue is this. Nick will talk so much trash in the ref chat, and then he has been on here, and he didn't talk any trash in front of the camera. And it's very
Come on,
disappointing.
Nick.
You don't like
we
being the
need
bad
you,
guy.
Nick.
I feel you, Nick.
Nick,
But
you
he
heard
is
it
in the
here
ref
first.
chat. He loves talking trash to
You gotta
everybody.
come here and just talk trash.
We got to get him drunk.
That's it.
I don't think he
Nick, you're getting
drinks.
drunk.
I don't think Nick
Just drag
drinks.
his ass in here.
We need Foddy on here.
But shout.
I'll like it if y'all say Coyote's the best.
Coyote's the best.
You know who-
like, subscribe.
You know who we
Martian's the
need?
best. Like, subscribe.
We
Goblins.
We need Gator.
Oh, my God. I thought he was dead.
Whatever
Rest in
happened to
peace.
Gator?
R.I.P. Gator.
R.I.P.
He's not dead.
You know
can't
what?